Start that shit.
Don't be stupid. Don't podcast. Be 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 don't stupid. Don't stupid. Don't stupid. Don't podcast. Don't stupid podcast. Don't stupid. Don't stupid podcast. Don't stupid.
This is a marathon intro.
Don't be stupid. Don't podcast.
Let's go, man. Intro.
What's happening?
I was
Kev?
actually talking to Kev.
Are we talking? Is the show on?
It's on, dude.
We're,
I was actually talking to Kev.
I guess I'm doing it then.
All right, go.
Hey, so welcome to the Don't Be Stupid podcast. It's your boy E, and I'm here with my friends Tony
there.
Sunshine. How you doing, bro?
Hi there. It's spring again.
Yeah. And we got the silent wonder over there, Kevin. He ain't talking today, so we're gonna go on and
So I
do
guess
this.
it's you.
We're just gonna do this podcast without him. Only reason I'm kind of spacing a little bit in this because I'm also on Instagram looking for something. I'm about to cut it off right now so we can concentrate on this podcast.
Very professional.
What's happening, people?
Oh, there you go. You want to start all over?
Please don't play that long ass intro again. So what's today?
man,
What's
you
today?
insulting
We here trying to think everything that's going on. We got some topics that's gonna kind of relate to last week's thing because I guess we might as well throw it out there first. Paris Hilton.
Paris Jackson?
Oh, my bad. It's Paris Jackson, huh?
Jackson.
Not the other Paris.
Not the Hiltons.
Oh, my bad. Paris Jackson. I guess she tried to commit suicide over the Michael Jackson. What was it called? Leaving Neverland.
Yeah.
So-
Leaving Neverland documentary.
So just
Is that for sure?
huh?
Is that for sure?
What?
That's you? That was reported?
What? Yeah, it's for sure.
Oh, okay.
So just to update y'all on what happened from last week, I did watch it.
Finally.
Yeah, I watched it. I didn't want to watch it, but
It's boring.
I clocked in on it for maybe a show and a half. So I saw the first show, and then I saw half of the second show. I know this has been talked about 100,000 different times, but the way I feel about it is there was times, Kev was talking about how you kind of, nigga, if you ain't gonna talk, don't quit breathing into the mic with that. Stop all that.
He's in this new chair.
Oh, he got a new recliner.
No,
Any-
it's a chair.
A new lazy boy. He said it's Italian leather. But anyway, we you know what? Anyway,
Go ahead.
so damn, what were we talking about? We talking about the show. So what Kev said, I went back and forth, believing these motherfuckers and then not believing the motherfuckers. One motherfucker, this is what I'm talking about what Kev said. One motherfucker is believable.
What's his name?
The
Rick?
The one that's not a dancer.
Yeah, Rick.
I believed him a little more. I don't want to go deep off into this, but the other guy I didn't believe as much. But one thing I do have to say is it's funny how everybody's telling the same story though. Think about it. Them two motherfuckers has kind of got related shit. And then the people who bringing up charges against them who ain't even on the show kind of got related shit. It's like some of the stuff, you like, you know, is that the whole thing where there's smoke, there's fire. Everybody's kind of saying the same thing, so you kind of think that there's got to be something there. And we've already came to the conclusion that a grown ass man hanging with young ass boys is just that's just not healthy.
Sleepovers.
Yeah, that's crazy. I ain't got a sleepover. Nigga, I ain't had no
That's
sleepover.
crazy.
I mean, I ain't saying I wouldn't have a sleepover. I'll have a sleepover.
No, now you won't.
Y'all want a sleepover
Nah, I'm good.
this weekend? Y'all want a sleepover?
I'm good.
Kevin nodded his head. Yeah.
How big is the bed?
Don't worry about that. Nigga. We can make it work.
Yeah, I ain't worried about that because
We'll
I'm
make
not
it
gonna
work.
sleep in the same bed.
Look, remember Vegas? We'll make it work.
Oh, we could tell that story.
No, we won't. But anyway.
You already told the damn story, nigga.
Oh, there go Kev. Kev, oh, you decided to come on in, huh? Oh, now you now you're not gonna talk
Yeah,
again.
you got crunch and munch.
You fuck Kev. Anyway, just make sure this shit recording, cause I'm gonna tell you what, it's gonna be ass. It's gonna be some furniture moving. This shit ain't
First, let's take
recording.
care of real business. You like my intro, motherfucker? Then just don't listen.
I didn't say it like an
That's
intro.
That's a long ass minute.
Wait a
Ain't no
minute.
fucking
Wait a minute. Who
Stop that shit.
who's the one who came at you first and said, "Oh, that's it."
You. That's what
Okay,
I'm saying. You
okay.
complaining about how long it is.
Yeah,
You don't
but
like it?
I said I
Fuck
liked it at the 2-minute mark. Now that the
It ain't even
remix,
60 seconds.
now that the remix, Jazzy Jeff, fucking
It ain't even
Teddy
60
Riley, everybody got a piece of that motherfucker. That motherfucker's long as fuck now.
They're already sampling it.
God damn. That motherfucker going for 8 minutes.
That motherfucker ain't even 60 seconds.
It's like Planet Rock.
The long version.
The
That
single
motherfucker going forever.
B-side.
Oh,
Rock it,
yeah.
don't stop it. Don't gotta rock it, don't stop. Like 40 times.
Party people.
Cut it out before I stop.
Anyway.
Let me correct this nigga in the story before we get going. Let's go with the Paris Jackson shit. Go ahead.
So yeah, so unfortunately, and no jokes. She supposedly committed suicide. Well,
Attempted.
tried to commit. You're right. Attempted to commit suicide over, the Leaving Neverland. Is that am I saying it right? Leaving Neverland. A
Neverland.
documentary. Documentary.
Movie.
The shit they played on HBO. So she slit her wrist.
Yeah. That's what they said. Now, you saying something like she tried to do something to herself before?
They reported her being depressed and crying and
So she tried to commit suicide before?
I wouldn't say none, but she was like an emotional wreck.
Are you sure about that?
That's what they reported.
Says you.
Damn.
Says you.
I mean, hey. That's
No,
what I
for
see.
real. No, for real. That she's went through some issues before?
Yeah, she's been depressed,
That's
especially after the passing.
Yeah. I mean, that's not hard to believe. 'Cause that family is jacked up, bro. I don't know
Yeah,
how
but-
you get through that shit without.
But remember, I also said they forget that he's passed and there's still kids out here.
Yeah, they have
They
to
gotta
deal
deal
with.
with
They have
this
to
shit.
deal with the shit. You know what? Real quick to get this show on, kind of under control a little bit. We brought that up because we just wanted to say that we just wanted to bring up that happened. I don't want to go deep off into Michael Jackson again. I see we already starting to
Yeah,
get ready.
it is.
So we
I think
we just wanted to bring that up. That happened. Kind of
cause and
fucked.
effect.
Yeah,
cause and effect.
it's kind of
Yeah.
fucked up.
Yeah.
And I hope that she gets the help that she needs. And
Yeah.
we don't want, we sure don't want that. I mean, she ain't got nothing to do with what her pops did or allegedly did. So, we just wanted to bring that up. I don't want to go deep off into the Michael shit again because last week that took over the whole show.
No doubt.
Anything else you want to add about Michael or? I will say this morning when I went on Instagram that 90s or 80s, it might have been the 80s, we've been listening that we, me and you be going back and forth on tone.
Right.
The 80s music. The first thing I saw this morning was it wasn't a Michael, it was the Jacksons. I don't know, American Bandstand or something. That shit was good. it came across. I was like, damn, they jam. I forget what song they was singing. That's what I was trying to find when I was talking at the beginning.
That's no lie. If anything from Frisco, any kind of disco. That one?
That one, how you seen it?
Don't blame it on the sun. That's just what it's got to be. So that's what I always see on there.
That might have been that one.
Was that the one where
Mr. Jackson.
Mike was sliding
Maybe
across the
another
side
game.
like that? He was popping his ass up, too.
Yeah, that's that one.
Yeah, that was jam, but
that's
it was jamming. But anyway, that happened. Anybody do anything this weekend?
I hung out with you a little
Nope.
bit, just
But
a tiny bit. You said, let me say it the way he said it. Now, I hope I ain't offending nobody, but this is what he said about your man, your dark skinned Cape Crusader. He said,
Wait.
Who's that?
That's
Who
me.
the fuck is our dark skinned kid who said, who is that?
Who's that?
I
That's
ain't-
me.
You ain't
Oh.
never heard
Hey.
nobody else call him that.
Well,
but him.
you called me that because you gave me the title
I
of.
ain't never
Yes,
ever
you did.
said
Yes,
the
you
Dark
did.
Crusader.
You said
The
you go on to
dark-skinned
you go on to
crusader.
your name from now on is Pussy.
That's a long ways from
Dark skinned crusader.
Caped Crusader.
And he
That's a
said
long
that,
ways from
people,
that.
because we had some Nash and proper hot chicken.
Oh, you gonna say the whole name of the
Yeah,
place?
we
Huh?
might as well let them get their shit in there. I'm go ahead and say it. We go to the place and get the chicken. And Eric he went to the motherfucker 3 nights in a row. First of all,
You know, let me tell the
Damn.
story because you
No,
just
I'm telling
fucking
you.
it all up.
Don't tell it.
So there's a there's a chicken spot that popped up in Sacramento, and they do pop ups. So they not established at one place. They just show up at different spots. So I've been following them for a little bit, and I keep saying I want to check them out, and I always don't go do it. So this weekend, this was what is this, St. Patrick's Day weekend? It's St. Patrick's Day, right?
St. Patrick.
Yeah, St. Patrick's Day was yesterday.
Yeah, Sunday.
How you not know that, Kev? I mean, Tone?
Because I'm not Irish.
You not?
Maybe.
Oh, a little bit. So for this weekend, they showed up at this spot for 3 days in a row, and so I said I'm going. So Friday night, me and the family went, and the chicken was it's Nashville. It's that Nashville hot chicken, and even though we in Sacramento, I've had Nashville hot chicken, while I was in Nashville, and that shit was good. So I went and checked it out just to see if it was anything like that, and it was good. So the next night, I decided that Kev and Tony got to taste this. 'Cause this shit's good. Tone said he didn't want to hang with us, so it was me and Kev
When was this?
Saturday night. Because I went Friday night with the family. So Saturday night, I hit y'all up, and Tony's like, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good.
He didn't want to go.
Nope.
I think it had something to do with Kev. He don't like hanging out with Kev, but
That's funny, Tony. Then you call me up later saying if I wanted to hang out.
oh, y'all got your own. Y'all be texting each other on the side without me knowing.
When cheating on you?
Oh, okay. I see what's going on. Anyway, Kev didn't want to go, so I took Kev. Mind you, like I said, the chicken is hella good, but it's hella hot. And so I think the hottest is the clucking hot chicken. That's what I got the first night. That shit had my legs shaking. I was hot. I was burning up, sweating, on fire. So I took Kev the next night, and I know Kev don't like spicy food, so I had him get I told him to get what'd you get I tried to talk him into hot, but I ended up getting mild, right?
I got the medium.
So he got the medium.
Medium.
That's mild.
No, there was
No,
two
'cause- no.
under that.
No, it was mild. The only thing underneath there was naked.
Naked, and then there was something
Mild.
else above that.
No, mild, and then hot, and then
Hold on. Go ahead. You do that. I'm gonna pull the picture.
I went 4 days in a row.
Okay.
So 3 days and four.
Whoa.
The fourth day was leftovers. It's I already know it's clucking hot, then there's hot, then there's mild, and then there's naked.
So what the?
Tony.
So
breathing
what?
heavy.
Wait a minute.
Tony,
So did you have a
Tony,
medium?
Tony, did I say there was medium, then something, then naked?
Okay,
Right.
what you got?
I got clucking hot,
Yeah.
hot, medium, mild, then naked.
Okay, so what did you get?
I got the medium, which I told him. I got the one in between it.
Medium.
So how was it?
That shit was it was good initially, but then my mouth stopped burning after
right
about a
on that,
minute.
okay.
About a minute into
So
it.
what'd you get?
I got the medium.
Pussy.
All right, hold on. Hold on. See, wait a minute.
So there's one thing I ain't wrong
Wait
about.
a minute.
Pussy.
Did you decide this or did he decide?
No, I tried to talk him into hot.
He tried to talk me into clucking hot. First,
No,
he
no,
said,
I
he said, no, I
knew
take that
you
back.
wouldn't do
he
hot,
said, I
clucking
know
hot.
you won't do clucking hot. You should try hot. And I was like, nah, man, I'm too soft for that shit. I'm gonna try medium.
Wait, would you say you too soft for that?
I did say that. I ain't gonna lie. I don't fuck with no hot, spicy food, dog.
Just nigga.
Go ahead, call me what you said.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, Eric did
Go
tell
ahead.
me.
Go ahead.
said I'm
He-
pussy.
He,
Pussy.
he could call you pussy.
I know. he
Go
called me
ahead. Go
pussy.
ahead. Tell him to finish what you
Like
was
a
doing.
capital P,
I know.
long U,
Yeah. Call me pussy.
S,
Because I
and
don't
a
like hot
big
food.
Y.
That's right. That's what he said. And he made it just like you making it sound. He making it seem like I'm some big ass motherfucker that's supposed to be like a superhero about some fucking chicken or so shit. So I said the Cape Crusader, pussy, it's here. What you want me to try, Eric? And you said go with the damn medium. So I went with the
I ain't
medium.
never told a nigga to go with the medium.
You just told me. Well, you told me to try what's the name, and I said I'm gonna go with the medium. And I went with. The
I
medium.
said go with the.
And when I
said-
went with the medium, you didn't call me a pussy at the moment. You waited a whole
no
72
because
hours
no,
to tell Tony
no,
I was pussy.
That's not true. That's not
Oh,
true.
you did not call me pussy at the moment.
What happened was I told you to go with the hot. I told you to go with the hot, and I left, and I went to go get the beers, and you sat there with Shindig, and you ordered y'all shit. So I wasn't even there when you ordered the shit, and then you told me you got the mild. When I left, I thought you would.
I got medium.
I thought you was gonna get the hot.
I got medium.
And you got medium.
Right.
So we get the food. Just cut to the pussy part. We get the chicken, and everything's good. We're about to eat. I had got the clucking hot the first night. The second night I got the hot. So we're sitting there eating, and this motherfucker's over there eating the medium. I'm eating the hot, and he on fire. He can't. He's like, it's hot. It's hot.
I didn't do that.
Oh shit!
I was
This
sweating like a
nigga-
runaway slave, though.
This nigga.
You
This
should've went naked.
motherfucker on fire.
I didn't know.
Then wait, what'd you get to drink? What'd you get to drink? And because it's St. Patrick's Day, I don't know what the deal was, but evidently they were pushing the Pabst Blue Ribbon. They had it in tall cans. I got the Pabst Blue Ribbon. It was good too. It kind of reminded me of the High Life we drinking tonight. It was good. He over there, Tone. He over there drinking, putting it
Drinking
down.
and shit. Should order some milk.
He pausing.
I wish I
He
would have
can't-
had
hey,
some.
he
Give him some milk.
He got to stop. He got to stop for a
He
while.
needs some milk.
He was toe up. Couldn't finish it.
Oh,
I finished my chicken,
man.
dog.
You did not finish
I
it.
finished my chicken.
You did not
I
finish
finished
it.
my chicken.
He was taking the skin off it.
I was taking breaks, all kinds of shit.
Damn.
Eric's like,
halftime?
hey, it's funny as shit. 'Cause Eric's like, he's like, eat the pickles. The pickles will help you.
Man, you know what's
And the
real?
pickle-
Hey, you know what's real?
What?
Is so after you left, after that night was over,
Yeah.
I went back Sunday night, right?
Yeah.
Because I had to take my brother-in-law and sister-in-law. And this time I ordered the hot sandwich again. I was on fire, but it went down a little easier this time. And I got some chicken strips to take home,
Mhm.
which I ate today. But I had I had this chicken 4 days in a row. I'm ashamed of myself. But when I brought them home, before I put it in the refrigerator, the pickles, they had the pickles sitting on top of it. I took one of the pickles off and I ate it. That pickle was hot as fuck.
I told you that. Didn't I say that?
So Kev told me that day when he was eating it, he's like, Surrender was like, eat a pickle, made out of, they might calm it down. I was like, yeah, the pickles calm it down. Kev said, no, I think the pickles is hot. I'm like, nah, the
Them
pickles. I'm like, the
was
pickles
hot.
is what they do to even it out. He's like, no, I don't know, man. The pickle's hot. Nigga, I had a pickle last night. That motherfucker was.
They
Fuck.
soaked that shit in jalapeno
That shit was
juice.
hot,
Dude,
dog.
that's what I ate first. I ate the pickle first,
That
and that
motherfucker hot.
motherfucker set me off. It was a minute later. I was like, damn, this pickle hot in the motherfucker. So when he said eat the pickle, I was like, nah, I'm cool.
Nah, that pickle
That
was
pickle
hot.
was hot in the
I
motherfucker.
wish I
That
would have
pickle
went
was
just to
hot.
see the reaction because that's something.
No, you should have went. You should have went just to eat.
Just to eat. Yeah,
Nah,
that's
man.
it.
He could. He want to hang with us though.
That's all right. I understand.
Nah,
you said like you
man.
said, you don't fuck with me.
Not
You know
after
what,
no fucking
though?
work.
The rest of the night though made me think, yeah, you wouldn't want to come anyway.
Yeah.
Because you know what, that brings us to our next topic.
What up?
So I don't know if we repeat. I repeat shit all the time, and you guys tell me that we've already talked about it.
Mhm.
But we ended up going downtown to the J, what's that, J Street, K Street. You know how they open up K Street now, where you can drive down K Street.
Mhm.
And they had a couple of spots down there. We went to that coin out place, right?
Yeah.
So that coin out place, yeah, it's nasty. Super packed. And I don't know if it's my anxiety that sets in or if it's just I can't do it no more. But it's just way too many people. It's just way too much shit happening around me. And so I can't enjoy it. And because I can't enjoy it, I start because not trying to pump myself up, but for some reason it's like a lot of people who are around me kind of, I don't know what the right way to say it. They kind of feed off my vibe. So if I'm negative, everybody's like, why you acting? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Instead of like, a lot of times people can go on about their shit, but for some reason, a lot of the people I hang around with are a lot of, my family or whatever, are always concerned with me. So I couldn't get into it because it was too much shit. I mean, Kev was there. It's just too much shit happening around me.
It's a different type of crowd though than you probably used to being in the age you were when you hung out. Don't you think?
Well, I think that we didn't hang out the same type of way. We hung out with crowds,
Yeah,
but the way the crowds act now is a little bit different.
it's a little different.
And maybe it's got a lot to. It's no maybe. It's probably for sure. It got a lot to do with our age or my age or what I'm at right now.
Me too. Yeah.
But when I see a lot of kids moving around me, and it's a lot of bullshit, like shit that I just can't fuck with. It's just like it just makes me uncomfortable, and I don't want to be in that atmosphere.
It's sort of like I didn't see the enjoyment of what they was having a good time about, so I didn't feel it like the energy.
Yeah, like too crowded to play Pac-Man.
Yeah, I mean, you bumping into my.
What?
It was a
'Cause
point in time where they were getting drinks, and we were kind of like behind everybody, Eric and I, and then people just bumping into me left and right, like
Yeah,
not excuse
yeah.
me or nothing
I
like
guess-
that.
I
So I
guess.
just backed up to the table,
What-
and then Eric kind of stayed up right there and dealt with it. I was like, man, I can't do this.
Well,
It's not
I
me.
mean, I ain't- like again, I ain't trying to act like anything because believe me, I'm not the tough guy. But I think the difference is with me and Kev is I'm 6'5", so guys ain't bumping into me the same way that they bumping into like Kev. Kev is a little shorter, so he's a lot shorter. But with Kev, it's a little different where people can see me while they coming.
Yeah.
So they get around me. Kev is that type of guy that's all of a sudden up on you. You're like boom. So but what he's saying is true though. It's like we went into this place, man, and it's so packed that you can't move. You said to play Pac-Man because it's called Coin Op, so it's got all the '80s arcade games in there.
Yeah.
But nobody's playing games. Even if you wanted to play a game, it's so packed.
Yeah,
It's hard to even
Doesn't
get
make
on with.
sense.
And like I say, my anxiety would be like, there's no way in the world I'm turning my back to concentrate on a game
Right.
when there's so much shit going on behind me that I don't even know what's going on. And especially when you're there with your girl. I was there with my wife. So it's like I don't feel right. I don't feel comfortable enough to be like, let myself down.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I couldn't get into it. And then, we didn't speak on it. Me and my wife didn't speak on it, but I know that she got upset because I'm not comfortable. So she can't have fun. and I'm feeling like, at this point, I'm like, I want to go. I want to go. I want to go.
If it's that type of room, you can't. There's no way of being comfortable. Not with all those and all that, and it's not our arcade.
So
No. It was
It's
different,
definitely not
totally
our
different
arcade.
feel. I
no,
mean,
it wasn't. It
You
wasn't.
can tell the locals who go there all the time.
Yeah,
That's
that-
their environment. They was enjoying everything about it. You know what I mean?
that's
Well,
crazy.
I don't think they. I don't. You know what? I take it back. I disagree with that.
You don't think the locals who go there all the time was having a good time?
No, okay. When I say I disagree with it, it's two parts of it. I do
okay.
agree. I do agree with what you say.
Right.
The people who go there all the time were enjoying it because that's their atmosphere, and they do. But I don't think that when they built the place, and they had in mind what they wanted it to be,
Mhm.
if those type of people were coming to the spot, they're not comfortable because it was supposed to be. If you take everybody out that place, it's a 80s arcade.
With alcohol.
But
But they want-
no.
Yeah,
What I'm
yeah.
saying is they wanted to build an arcade that reminded them of
Yeah, nostalgia.
when they were going back in the 80s,
Yeah,
going to the arcade.
Yeah.
And believe me, in Oklahoma, that's all we had.
That's us too.
So
yeah.
I remember going to the arcades, and it was a different atmosphere.
Right.
Now you throw in the bar in the middle, that
Mhm.
full bar,
Mhm.
and all that stuff. All of a sudden, it brings out the bar people,
Yeah.
the young people who me and Tony like to call them the affliction shirt wearing motherfuckers. That even though I know they might not even wear affliction
Oh,
no
they-
more,
no,
but
they ain't wearing affliction.
but you know
Those
who I'm
young
talking about.
motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
They
and
having a
they
good time though.
and they don't know shit about the 80s arcade. They're just going there because it's just a spot to go to. They don't know when they look at Galaga, like that's the game from back in the day. They just look at Galaga like it's lights.
I hope Eric don't get offended by me telling this story, but this is a good story, and it's not even nothing bad. So I got to use the bathroom when we get there. I'm like, I got a bathroom. Eric's like, me too. Fuck it, let's go find the bathroom. We go into the bathroom, and Eric get a stall first. He at the stall, no biggie. I'm waiting. I get a stall, and these two kids is talking about Mortal Kombat. They're talking about Mortal Kombat. He said, man, you should have been Sub-Zero. What the fuck you doing being? I forgot who he said. Just say Raiden or whatever.
Mhm.
So I'm like, what the fuck is he? I forget that I'm at the coin op. So I walk out.
That's exactly how the conversation
Yeah,
went too, because
yeah.
he's talking about, man, you picked Sub-Zero, you should have been so
Right.
so.
Right. So I walk out. And when we go out, and there's fucking hella paper towels. Nobody's dumped the paper towels out. They just all in the basket looking nasty as shit. And I'm thinking immediately, like, disgusting. Like, this is nasty. As soon as I get out the door, Eric say, man, I couldn't even piss.
That's not true. That's not true.
You couldn't.
It's true, but it's not true the way he said it. He said something about something else, and I said, yeah, there's a lot going on in there and shit. And and then that's when I hit him with, I said something he said, and I said I didn't even pee. He said you didn't pee. I said nah. He said you got the stall before me and stuff. I was like I know. I just sat there because there was. And like I say, this is more about what I'm talking about. There's so much going on around me. All this shit, like I'm at the urinal, got my shit out, and I have to pee, but because there's these drunk ass cats behind me,
Talking about Sub-Zero.
and but mind you, they're not just talking. They move. It's a lot of it's motion and shit, and they drunk as fuck. So they talking silly, talking crazy. So I can't concentrate on peeing
You got stage
because
fright.
all I can think about is.
This drunk motherfucker gonna bump into me.
And I hate that. And I hate that I have to think like this. But I'm thinking, man, I'm gonna have to knock one of these motherfuckers out. I
to
already,
pee.
no.
Tone.
I'm
I let
thinking.
that shit go.
But were you at the urinal or were you in the
That's
stall?
urinal. I was right next to you.
Oh,
Damn,
you were?
you was toe up. You really was concentrating. I was right next to
No,
you.
because I wasn't paying attention. First of all, I don't pay attention to the person next to me because I had to. And you
Well,
only,
shit, there's only 2 urinals in
yeah,
there.
but you 4'6", so you don't even come up over the divider. I'm looking over the divider like it's
This
empty.
motherfucker.
But anyway, they talking too much. So all I can concentrate on is these motherfuckers behind me. And for some reason, I just keep thinking, they're gonna say something. There's gonna be something offensive, or they're gonna say something, do something, bump up.
Bump you into the toilet,
I
fuck
couldn't
up your
piss.
jeans.
So I gave up because I sat there so long. I was like, you know what?
Nah.
I gotta give up. I
Fuck
went and
that.
washed my hands and everything like I pissed. I did. I went through the whole routine like I pissed.
You went through the motion.
And then I got back out there. I'm like, I still gotta piss, and I ain't pissed.
Yeah, that
And
don't
he was
sound
not
like a
happy
cool
about that
spot.
shit.
You know that happened to me again before I went to a Raiders game, and they had the I think it was a Raiders game, and at the Raiders game they had the where the fuck was I? They had the. Have y'all ever went to a? Have you ever been to a bathroom, bro? That's got instead of a urinal,
Oh,
They
the
got
little
the-
trough.
they got the long ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, the share thing. Yeah.
Everybody just walks
Yeah,
up
yeah,
to the
like
thing.
You, like you
It
about
kind of
to
reminds you of
wash
like
your hands in a big ass. Whatever,
it kind
but
of
it's
reminds you of like
pisser.
if a horse had to drink, how
Yeah,
all the
yeah,
horses
yeah,
can
yeah.
come up and drink.
Yeah.
So it's a long thing like that. And I was at the motherfucker and I was sitting there and I don't know what I was thinking about then, but all these motherfuckers standing beside me and I'm like, I can't piss. I'm sitting there, I'm the
Fuck that
only
shit. I'm like,
motherfucker
that
that's
You
sitting there
gotta be
can't piss.
Fucked up just to go there. Do that
I
shit.
heard that, not me.
But I still shook my shit like I pissed, put it back up, and washed my hands and everything like good to go.
You know you gotta look from side to side to make sure motherfuckers ain't looking down at you.
I couldn't even get past that
looking
part.
I've,
down.
I've been
I'm
in so
looking
many.
straight
What are they
forward.
called? They called troughs. Or
Troughs.
Some shit.
Yeah, I'm looking straight forward. I ain't trying
Y'all
to
let
get
us
no
know we
shit
said
like
it
that.
right, but
That shit's
yeah,
crazy
troughs.
as
You
shit.
just sit there and just.
Well, anyway, getting back to what we originally was talking about. So, I mean, I don't know if it's a question, but it's just the whole topic of. I just really think that, the going out scene. I'm not gonna say it's over for us,
Yeah.
but it's changed the type of setting that I want to be in.
Well, you know what's
It's
crazy?
changed a lot.
When we did the cigars event, that setting
The what?
upstairs, cigars.
I
might
thought you
have
said
said
cigars, nigga.
No, I don't. I might have said that wrong.
Cigars and
Yeah,
cognac.
Yeah, what do you think
cigars.
about that?
That setting upstairs was kind of cool. I like that atmosphere.
So, yeah, okay. So,
I liked
Tone,
it because it was the live band
yeah, man.
and it wasn't as crowded.
yeah,
but they were all sitting down. It was
Yeah.
crowded,
Yeah,
but they were all
yeah,
sitting
yeah,
down.
yeah.
Right. And I think the thing is with us is that you're not in fear of missing out if you go into that spot. These young cats, they always fear of missing out on something. So they were,
Yeah.
regardless of how the crowd is, how much it is to get in or whatever,
Yeah.
they have to get in there. They want to be in the mix.
So-
with us and our age, if I would have seen that, I'd have been like, oh, fuck no. I'm not going in that motherfucker because I'm not going to enjoy myself because, first of all, it's
Yeah.
crowded. Especially if I ain't never been there. I'd want to go check it out. But if I see all these heads up in there, I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't want to whoop our ass anyway. Because as I thought about us even going into the place, and I'm not even sure because I don't remember. But when we went in, we just went downstairs, walked in, got into like the entry place where you check our ID, right? Check
Oh,
the
no,
ID
no, no.
and
What
went
he-
in. Right?
What are you trying to say is?
But when we came out,
What he's trying to say? What he's trying to say is that we went. He talking about the coin out place.
Yeah.
We went into the coin out place. We didn't realize. So we walked in, say from the right. So we walked in.
Mm-hmm.
We went right on downstairs. We're like, oh, welcome in. What's going on? When we came out the place, we realized that
there was a lie.
there's a line to the left that go all the way down the street, like. And
Motherfucker was
we
long.
didn't realize that there was a line. When we walked in, we never looked to the left. We just walked on in, thinking, what is this place?
Fuck it.
So everybody in line is probably like, who are these motherfuckers? They just cut in line. They just walk right on in, and the security didn't say nothing. They just
No,
let
he
us
was like,
on
"Come
in.
on."
Yeah,
So-
see that? I mean, they threw the bar in there too, man. Yeah,
You know,
I mean,
so-
that's for people. I think they built that place just for people that remember
I don't
actually
think- no,
playing there.
Yeah, and I think it turned,
Everybody in there was young as shit.
into something else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody in
It
there
turned
was young.
into something else. So let me ask you something. So, as who you are now, this age, with who you are now, what's one of the most important parts of what's one of the most important pieces of a of a atmosphere that you want to be in if you're out kicking it. So what's most important to you about kicking it in the area?
Me or Tone?
I'm at Tone
All right,
first.
go ahead, Tone.
What do you think is most important? So if you're gonna create a type of atmosphere for you're out, you're doing your thing, you're dressed, you're doing your thing. What's real important for you? Where you get them shorts from?
American Eagle.
I think give me some of those. They come in men. Give me some of those. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Sure.
Go ahead, bro. I'm gonna give me some of those. I like those.
Get some.
I like
Get
them.
Oh shit.
The best. I mean, for me, what I'm looking for is who's attending that motherfucker.
So for you, it's kind of got to do with the people who are actually there.
Yeah, the actual there, like the grown and sexy,
I can
the
hear
more
that.
mature.
I can understand that.
Because the more the mature the crowd is, the better atmosphere, the better the scene.
Yep.
Depending on age average, the music is gonna be good.
Yep.
I used to care about the music,
I still care about the music.
but I've been to places where they still play cool stuff, but then there's always knuckleheads that show up. And
So-
I can't
so
I
don't-
can't be around knuckleheads.
So your thing is the people who are attending. The main thing, you put that at number one.
Yeah, the crowd for sure.
The crowd.
The
Crowd
for
control.
sure.
So what about you, Kev? I don't want to hear a bunch of them. I just want to hear your number one.
The vibe.
What?
Vibe. If I got that vibe of
So wait. So you're saying that you can go in no matter what, and it could be any kind
it
of
could
look,
be reggae,
any kind of thing.
it could be
No. So, but it could be any type of people, anything. But you got to go in and feel the vibe first.
if I go into the place and for me, I can already tell the age or the what I feel is good by when I walk in and the type of people I see and how they acting and interacting with each other. It's like say you walk into a stepping event. You know what stepping like Chicago
Fraternity?
stepping? No, not that kind of stepping. Like
Oh,
dance.
like R.
dance
Kelly?
step- Oh, man, why you want to say that, nigga?
Because you said stepping. How
They
can
do
you
it in
say stepping
Chicago,
without saying
or
R.
you go to
Kelly?
a reggae event. You know, it always don't always have to be the
Chicago,
music for me. But when you go on those type of events, if it's everybody's having a good time, they're grown people, they drinking, everybody's bringing everybody in. They just having that kind of shit that you just got to be a part of. You just feel like this is gonna be a good night because it's just I feel good being up in here. Then I'm with it. And sometimes that can be young people. Sometimes you can have a good party with young people. But if the vibe is right, I'm with it.
So we the vibe.
Yeah.
So you go with the vibe. I can understand that. I can understand because I was gonna say first I was like vibe.
Yeah.
You're there too long, but then I can understand what you're saying because sometimes it really works out in this way. Like you can walk in certain get-togethers or whatever, and it's a whole type of music that maybe you're not feeling or your friends ain't feeling, but the vibe is right. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
man.
I mean, I know me and Tone, we ain't hung out in many places that wasn't actually. Nigga, who is breathing into the mic?
Other than you.
I hear that the whole time I'm
Lord Vader.
talking.
You know, the good part is the gate won't let it be recorded, so
Okay.
you'll never hear it.
So anyway, so yeah, so I can understand the vibe.
Yeah.
My thing is volume. I figured it out this weekend. I didn't know that. I didn't know that until this weekend. It's volume, because my thing is, I can't. At this point in my life, I'm not going nowhere. It'd be different if you and your boy. I mean, because back in the day, you and your boys would go to a spot, and I mean, the true thing was, you out there looking at girls, so the music can be as loud as it wanted to be,
Right.
because the only thing we ain't trying to really communicate with each other. The only thing we might be saying is, "Hey, dog," boom, boom, boom. I'm about to go walk around one time real quick. I'm gonna come around one more time. I'm gonna come around. I'll be right back. And you be like,
What?
I'm gonna come around one more time. I'm gonna come around.
Okay.
I'm gonna go walk real quick. And you be like, all right, I'll be right here. I'll be right here.
All right.
I'll be back. I'll be back.
Yeah,
I'll be back.
okay.
You want a drink?
Fuck did he say?
Huh?
You want a drink?
They know you was going over there.
You know what I'm saying? So it was different then.
Fuck did he say?
But now I'm looking for. It's funny because I'm always looking. It's funny as soon as I walk into a spot, I'm looking for a booth. I'm always looking for a booth.
Oh, yeah.
People are like, oh, you want to sit at the bar? You want to sit? I'm like, no, I really don't want to sit at the bar. If I see a booth, that's cool.
Right.
Then I'm thinking, once I get to the booth, can I talk? Because if it's doom, 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 you can't hear shit.
Yeah.
And so you guys are talking, but can't no. It gets extra tiring after a while trying to talk over music. The other thing is, if I want to eat, if I want, a drink and stuff, I hate having to stand at the bar and fight over 4 or 5 other motherfuckers waiting for the bartender to look your way. But hey, he looks your way, and I'll get you in a minute. Oh damn! So you still sitting there, and you sitting there, like I say, being the tall cat. I'm sitting there behind 3 or 4 different people, and I'm waiting.
You still taller than all of them.
Yeah, I'm taller than them, so maybe maybe that helps me because maybe they see me more than they see the
You got
shorter
an
people.
advantage.
But I also see that he ain't trying to get to me yet. While they all sitting there thinking he coming next, I'm thinking he ain't trying to get to us next. He ain't look this way. I hate that kind of atmosphere. I love when I'm able to sit down. I can talk. A waiter or a waitress comes to me, and it's like, we know, what do you need? We tell them what you need, and we're able to still have the music in the background, still be able to conversate, and still have all the food and drink that I need. So that's the atmosphere I like. If I can't have that, yeah, I'm not really feeling it. And I've been like that for a while, and I didn't realize exactly what it was. But like when we go to, like me, Tony, go to Vegas. That's kind of the thing about Vegas that I don't like. It's, nigga, what are you watching? What are you watching?
It doesn't matter.
What are you watching? Just tell us what you're watching. I can see it. So tell us what we're watching.
We are watching the Fantastic Five versus Cold Crush.
So my story's so
Yeah.
boring that this nigga went on YouTube and found some old ass rap battle,
We're old.
breakdancing shit.
We're old.
That's old. That's classic right there.
So what made you go to that?
I didn't.
I just watched you go to it.
Man, it just came up, bro. I don't know.
Anyway, so that's
on
my
watch.
that's my thing. I got my number one. I guess it would go with atmosphere. Is I need somewhere where I can actually speak. That volume needs to be brought down, and
Spoken like a true old man.
but at the same
But
time,
you can understand what he's saying. When
but
you
at the
can't
sa-
even
but at-
talk, it
yeah,
just
but
it
at the
makes
same
no
time,
fucking
there's-
sense.
there's plenty of places
right.
that cater to that.
Right.
Well, that
And that's
that
where I need
last
to be.
place we was at when they was
It
playing
was
the
still
old-
loud.
It was still
It
loud,
was
but
still
they was
loud,
playing
but
some
it was a
good-ass
little
music.
more. It
Yeah.
was.
yeah,
but-
but you forget
Yeah.
when you was in your 20s,
Yeah.
that didn't matter to you.
It
That's
didn't.
what- but
It
that's what I
didn't.
just said.
That's what I said.
That didn't matter to
The
you.
last place we was
That's
at,
what I
it
said at
was
the
loud.
beginning.
Right.
It was loud, but the music was so good. You know, they was playing all classic 90s hip hop. It was all that. It was
Yeah,
good.
because I mean, me and my boys, we knew we couldn't talk to nobody, so we
Yeah.
just had that. I'm
But
gonna go do the spinning finger around like that, and that means I'm walking around.
Yeah, but the difference was, Tone, at that time you wasn't. I don't think you was trying to. You wasn't really trying to conversate a lot.
One hell of a show. That is our engineer right there. Ridiculous.
I don't think you was really trying to conversate like that at that time. It wasn't all about conversation at
If
that
I was
time.
gonna conversate, it had to be with a girl. I ain't talk to my boys. I see
Yeah,
them
but
later.
thing is, okay, so say you found a girl
You
in one of the spots. I know that we all did it, and now I'm an old man saying,
you do your thing. You do what
but-
you need to
but
do.
you're like, hey, so how you doing? She's like, huh? What's up? Nothing. What you doing? Nothing. Mind you, music is being played the whole time.
Right.
Like nothing. Hey, you want to dance? I don't like this song. Oh, okay. Maybe next song or something. Yeah, next song, but not this song. I don't like this song. Oh, okay.
Fuck you, bitch.
Hey, what's your name? What's your name? Huh?
Tell me no.
What's your name?
She read lips.
Watch Keisha.
Ooh, shit, I gotta go.
Ooh, that's sexy. Huh?
She heard that. She
Huh?
heard that. She
That's
heard
sexy.
that shit.
You so funny.
You so crazy.
You
That
so
nigga said
funny.
watch Keisha.
Watch Keisha. So watch this.
Hey, I'm over there looking. I'm looking at her like that. What's she doing?
But what I'm saying is, so what intellect, what are you getting out of that conversation that makes you think that this guy might be worth me taking a chance on? And you as a guy thinking, I mean, don't get me wrong,
Other than
Tony.
watch Keisha?
Tony, besides
Watch
what
Keisha.
you looking at, what makes you think that this girl might be all that?
Come on.
Nothing. Because there's no conversation. You can't speak.
Listen. In my time, all I did was want to go
What do you
out
mean
and dance.
your time? It's
My
all
time.
our time, nigga.
Well,
Yeah.
my
I hu-
experience.
I hung out with your ass.
My experience.
Okay.
Tony.
I go out and dance.
So you wasn't looking for Miss Right. You was looking for Miss Right now.
I ain't looking for no Miss Right at the club.
You looking at Miss Right now,
Fuck.
right?
I'm
Tell us,
trying
what'd
to-
you do?
I'm
What'd
trying
you
to
do?
dance.
You trying to dance?
I'm trying to go. I'm trying to go out and
Get that
dance.
Two-step on her toe.
Tony, nah.
Hold on, I gotta
No,
witness
get
it.
that
I gotta
two-step
witness
on.
it.
I know
got-
you can boogaloo.
Hey, I
Don't
gotta
get me
speak. I
twisted.
gotta speak up
I
for
know
Tone.
you can get it on, Tone. I know
Tone
you can
used
just
to-
step it on.
Hey, listen,
Tone used to
man.
gig.
Yeah, you already there. He already explained to me you get to stepping on.
Tone the
Yeah, I
dance
mess
on
around
you.
and disappear on
Tone.
you.
Gone.
That's my boy when it comes to
What?
dancing.
No, I'm trying to do is just dance. That's all I'm trying to do.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
trying
You
to-
came up in that era. I know you
And
was.
then
Tone
all
was-
of a sudden to be like, hey, you know, if I get
Tone
to
was
talking
my-
to you,
Tone was I had a couple of, I don't have, in my life, I had a couple of cats in my life that was like the perfect hangout partners, right? And Tone was my perfect club person.
Tone, he was like, who's making love? to
'Cause Tone
your
didn't-
old lady?
I don't know what the fuck he talking about.
You remember that song?
how many
No.
drinks this motherfucker have tonight?
No, I don't know that song. Tone was a cat that
Making love.
he was just, I mean, he was down for whatever. I've said that before, but Tone was down no matter where we were going, what we was going to do, or what we had to do to get to where we were going. He was always down, whatever.
Let's
Whatever. Just tell me what time. He would be there.
That nigga crazy.
So we always, and same thing with the drinking. Because sometimes you get a cat that won't drink. Either he won't drink the same amount or he won't do. Tone was always like, you gonna drink? Okay.
Let's go.
You want to drink? If you want to drink. We was always on the same page with everything. But what made Tone, what put Tone on another pedestal, a higher pedestal than the rest of the cats, is all that he did that we talked about. Tone also danced. Like, so it wasn't like, so, because a lot of them cats that I had in my, in my squad,
They cool.
they were cool, like they were drinkers, or they were smokers, or they was, all about the girls and stuff, or they were all about certain things, but there's very few of them had it all. And
And
of-
Tone,
I ain't having a hold on.
Tone was like,
but Tone, man,
never too much. Never
Tone
too much.
danced. And so Tone could drink with you. Tone would hang with you. Tone he had no problems with dressing. You have brothers, you didn't get your boys that couldn't dress or didn't have no dress shoes or didn't have nothing. Tone had everything up there, and it was time to dance,
I'm always prepared.
and I fucking would dance.
I dance, man.
Which brings me to, I don't even know if I can explain it.
I don't know how you can explain it.
I don't know if I can
to,
explain it on mic. I try to explain it as quick as I can and not. But we had this. We were at this club downtown one time, right? And we just like the club, just like we explained it earlier, where it's loud, can't talk, and all that stuff. But it's a lot of dancing going on, and it was a. What was crazy about this is this was like right across the street from the Capitol, it's downtown, but it was a black club. I mean, it was black.
Yeah, it was a black R&B and hip hop upstairs, and then they had Latin downstairs.
It was popping,
Hot as fuck downstairs.
but it was popping, huh?
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
It was
I
popping.
love
So
it.
we went downstairs and we went downstairs, right?
we went downstairs to look, but it was way too.
So we
hot
were
down
upstairs when this
there.
happened.
Yeah, it was upstairs.
So we dancing and stuff. So I mean, no, we walking. So as the so-called self-claimed, remember I put that self-claimed in front. The self-claimed leader, me. I see this girl out there dancing, and she dancing all hard and stuff, and everybody kind of gathering around her. So I'm like, she every once in a while she give me the eye, and I look at her and I'm like, you don't want no part of this. And she
Come on,
she look at me again. I'm like, I'm telling you, you don't want this. And so
Shit, if I can't handle you.
so she looks at me like she comes up kind of rubbing up, dancing. So I'm like, all right,
boy.
you asked for it.
Give it
So
to her.
I jump out there, bruh.
Uh-huh.
And I'm dancing. I'm giving her that E-Dog double. I'm giving her all that shit. I'm giving her my best
giving her all
moves.
she-
I'm giving her
giving her
my
all
best
she's got.
moves. Man, this bitch jumping all, bouncing off of me, knocking me all off balance. I ain't never danced with a bitch like this in my life.
The 2000s, man.
Man, she grabbing me, pow, knocking me all off balance
Yeah.
and shit. Everybody looking at me like I'm getting used. Like she beating my ass, right? And after she did this for a while, I
Yeah.
realized she whooped my ass.
you
So-
ain't in that league.
Yeah,
huh?
I backed on up a little bit. I'm like, damn, I came up off it after I got beat up a little bit. Mind you, I mean, I'm not hating. This is the truth. And Tona witnessed this, that she was sweating and she was, it smelled like hot wig.
That
Am
perm.
I lying?
Ooh.
Telling my
Right there in the
lying.
back of the neck, right there.
Oh,
Ooh,
shit.
Ooh.
It just smelled like
Shit.
it just smelled like weave that went bad, nigga.
Damn,
It was
damn.
bad, nigga. It was
Damn.
I said hot wig.
It's unbelievable.
So the only reason Tony know is because after I bounced up off of it, Tony eased up in there. Tone,
Challenge.
Tone,
tag team back again.
Tone Sunshine
Yeah.
moved out there.
She
Yeah.
challenged me.
So they going at it. Boom, boom, boom. Tone hitting her with it. Tone doing this shit, right?
Double down,
I was
Tone.
like,
You double down on her. You did the
Yeah.
roll down, Tone.
my boy was doing it, right?
Yeah.
That's my nigga Tone right there. That's my
Yeah,
nigga,
that's
right?
right.
That's my boy.
Yeah.
So she did some shit. Well, I don't know what she did. She did something nasty to him and shit. Boom, boom, boom. Everybody like, oh, because
Yeah,
everybody
yeah.
watching, right?
Yeah.
Nigga, Tone steps back, and this is the part that you can't explain. She ain't that tall. And she didn't lift her leg up off the ground. She didn't lift her leg up off the ground at all. I witnessed it. So her leg didn't come up off the ground. Her feet, both feet are planted on the ground.
She parted it a little bit.
Yeah.
Somehow she spread her legs open while she was dancing. And Tone saw it as an opportunity to somehow Tone squatted, dipped up under.
Slid smooth.
That motherfucker
Right through there,
slid.
Smooth.
Her legs must have been. You ever watch a motherfucker like a little kid like do a take the basketball through their
Yeah.
legs,
Yeah.
and you wonder how the hell did a little kid get that
Yeah.
big ass ball through the kid's legs when they that small?
Yeah.
That's what Tone did.
Right between there, Tone.
She must have left this much room, and Tone saw that, and Tone was dancing with her. He said,
Swat. Came up under.
And popped up.
and
right
came
back
up on the
under.
other side, and it worked out perfect because she was looking forward like this, like where'd he go? And he was behind her, like he's behind her, nigga, and everybody was like, oh shit, oh
Making that
shit.
ass,
He
making
tore
that
that shit
ass,
up,
making
nigga.
that
He was
ass.
all up in that hot weave, like stink.
Yeah. I was, oh, dude. Because
He
you
had
know,
the-
That nigga was crazy.
Hey, Tone had the stink face.
Yeah.
Tone had a stink face, like
you know why? Because it was back in then when she loved to turn around on somebody, right? And then it's she's
hot- the
dancing,
kitchen.
and I just
The kitchen.
it's right there on my nose, and
That's it.
man, my nose shriveled up. I was like,
Tone had somebody farted face.
Hey, you had the
Yeah.
That nigga
horses.
was like,
All the
Yeah,
horses,
it did.
all the thoroughbreds.
it
was out
did.
there.
'Cause it was like you walking through the dance floor and somebody farted, but you ain't know. So
Yeah.
you walked into, you be like,
Tone-
oh,
hey,
God
Kev,
damn,
And told me that
Kev.
one was coming up.
Tone had that who farted face. with his nose all shriveled like this, but he was
shit.
still that nigga was still
Still
like this.
spanking it. Ugh.
He was still like this.
Go on,
Let me.
Tone.
She let me.
And me
Go
and
on, Tone.
hey, then me and Tone and then we walked up out of there like we left her standing. We like, nigga, that's
I
what I'm
let
talking
that
about.
shit.
We
I
left
let
that
shit
shit.
smoking.
Woo! I
Yeah,
know that
you
nigga.
must- I hope you left right after that too. After you
I know
did
that nigga had
move,
that smell on
after
his
you
lip.
did that,
He had that smell on his lip all the way home.
She had that perm.
Ooh, that shit
That's
was
fucked up.
funky, nigga.
Man,
I remember. I remember. That shit was
I think
funky.
I just smelled it.
that's fucked
And
up.
she was, and the thing about it is, she was the most poppingest thing in that club.
Yeah,
I'm not
that's
talking
a
about
damn
look
shame.
wise, but I'm talking about as far
Everybody
as
was
what's
just
happening. Everybody was
Yeah,
on
they
her,
was on her.
and Tone got her, boy.
Yeah,
he got.
Hopefully
That's
she hit the
that's my boy.
podcast to come looking for your ass. For
It
a
was just
rematch.
funny because when I popped up behind her, she was like,
she's like,
She
what the
want a-
motherfucker
She
go?
want a rematch right now.
Nah,
She's still
I'm
fuming
good.
about that move. She said that
Nah.
Till
motherfucker
she
got
get
me.
rid of that
I
smell.
didn't came up on the side.
She probably ain't got no
Hey, that
reason
hair
no more.
set. That hair set. That hair
She
set.
probably out natural.
That hair set.
Yeah, I was
You
like,
know,
when it came,
if she was Afrocentric with the unbelievable,
remember what I'm talking about, Tone? That's what I'm talking about right here. This is what I'm talking about right here.
Listen,
I
man,
no.
because I could have sworn I seen
Stinking.
Eric's face. I could have sworn I seen Eric's face, but I thought she was just backing it up on him. He just couldn't do anything about it. But then I found out why his nose looked like that.
Well,
I
what
was
happened?
just like,
What happened with me
ugh.
is two things that happened with me. The first thing was I was drunk, so I had a lot of alcohol in me. So when she was bouncing all up against me, because she was grabbing me like this, going boom. She was grabbing me like bouncing up off me,
Yeah.
and so I'm trying to keep my balance, and I'm drunk.
Yeah.
So that part made me kind of calm down a little bit. But then when we were dancing and you get up on her, you smelled that weave and that
horse,
kind of
that
fucking
thoroughbred.
it was fucking with me a little bit. It was fucking. I was like, God damn, this bitch stink. She stink, right?
But you said the early 2000s, right?
Yeah, it was.
That was horsehair then. That wasn't the Indian hair.
I don't know what
Oh,
it was.
but it was funky.
I know what it was.
And then
it was
then,
funky.
What I gonna say when Tone
That wasn't real human hair.
so when Tone jumped in, you know I was all for it.
Should've warned me.
But then Tone got that. It was too
Too
did
late,
quick.
Yeah.
Boom.
And then when he got the smell of it, you could tell he was like,
Yeah. My face like just caved in. I was
that
like,
was crazy. Who was with us that night? So it was me, you. I know Withers was with us. That's the night that Withers was with us.
or was it Keisha?
Was it Kisa?
Yeah, because remember he disappeared. He was already in love.
He said Keith was in love.
No, he's all right now.
Yeah, it might. I think it was Kisa.
Yeah, because he disappeared.
I'm trying to think. I guess so.
He disappeared into a parking lot across the way. Remember?
I thought that was Withers. I don't know. It's been a while. now.
Yeah, it's too early 2000. I don't know.
Anyway, boy,
I'm throwing out names.
Tony.
so people
Anyway,
know.
Tony. So Tony, yeah, that was always my boy when it came to the club life.
And not to mention, I know when to leave.
Oh, yeah, that's another thing too. When it's time to go, it's time to go.
It's time to go, man. Let's go, man.
If all I gotta do is I could say half of it. Like, man, I'm thinking it's time. He'd be like, go,
Let's go.
let's go.
Because I already know.
We'd be out. And then we all had to, since we worked together, we had to experience the same thing the next day. So it was no like that unbalanced. Like yeah, you get sleep in tomorrow. It's like no, we both got to be at work tomorrow.
Yeah, if it's a Friday night, we suck it on
We
Saturday.
both sitting there Saturday at work hungover.
Toe the fuck up. That's funny.
Yeah.
That's a good story, Tom. I like that shit.
But that motherfucker Tone boy, he a legend for that. We ain't gonna never let that shit in.
That's a challenge.
I can see the stank face, dog. I can see that shit.
Man,
Remember when I
I'm
thought I got robbed in Vegas?
Oh, yeah.
Damn, that's funny.
He thought a bridal party got robbed him in Vegas.
Oh shit, that's a story for another
The
day.
bride and the groom.
I
or the
thought
bride and the...
I thought I got robbed by it was a bachelorette party.
Yeah, it was either the maid of honor or the bride.
Man, we was in Vegas. We was in Vegas, bro, and there's a whole bunch of us. Probably like 9 or 10 of us, right? We in Vegas, and we went to the first night. We went to some club, and it was like one of the white clubs. They were playing all the white. They were playing. I still remember. They were playing that what's the name of that fucking song? Forgot to come to me. Anyway,
pour some sugar on me.
no. It wasn't even. They played that,
Def Leppard.
but it was that.
Oh, it was like techno shit.
Oh no. Okay. Yeah, I know you're talking. Dun, 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 dun.
And I feel
Don't run away.
get away. I got the get away.
Yeah.
You know what song I'm
I know
talking
you're
about.
talking Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, that shit.
Yeah, I know
So I'm feeling
think it is
that
Get
song
Away.
comes on and
Yeah.
I hear it. I'm like, oh, that's the jam right there. Them niggas is jamming. So I get to bobbing my head a little bit, and I notice that these girls are kind of looking at me. So I start dancing a little bit with one, and before you know it, the girl I decided to dance with, it's a whole it's a bridal
Party.
party. They're in Vegas, right?
Mhm.
And so I'm dancing, and all the girls are dancing around me and shit, and I'm like this big tall black dude in the middle. All these little white girls dancing around me, and as they're dancing around me, you know, they kind of touching you. They touching me all around and shit. You know, nothing crazy.
Yeah.
But they touching me all around and shit. And I'm just dancing. And to me, I'm thinking I'm the man because I'm looking at my boys. I'm like, yeah, I got 6 or 7 girls dancing around me, and I'm dancing. It's all good. And the bride comes out, and she dancing with me and shit, and everything's good. So I come back to the group after it's all done, and everybody's laughing and shit. You know, in our group, everybody charging.
Yep.
Like, nigga, what you doing out there? You look stupid. Just everybody charging on me and shit. And I'm like, oh, now you niggas, y'all hating
Y'all
and shit.
hating,
Fuck
yeah.
it. Whatever.
I was having a good time. Y'all hate
Yeah. And we sit there for a second, and I decide that I want to get a drink. I reach in my pocket, and my wallet gone. So I don't know if it was Tone or whoever it was sitting next to me. I was like, them bitches got me. They're like, what you talking
That
about?
was me.
It's Tone. So it was Tone.
Motherfuckers got me.
I said, they got me. He told, what you talking about? I said, they got my wallet, man. I put my wallet in my pocket and stuff. You know, I'm reaching my back pocket, ain't nothing there. They got me. Tone's like, oh, damn. Just like Tone, you know, Tone ain't gonna do nothing. Tone's like, damn, bruh. I'm like, man, fuck that. I gotta find them.
All of a sudden, where they at?
I take off, bruh. I'm trying to find them bitches. Like, where the fuck they at? They got me. I'm you know, it's our first night in Vegas.
But you positive that they got
It's
you.
our first night in Vegas.
Yeah.
They got my wallet. They got my ID. They got my cash that I had on me. My credit cards, everything that I had at that time, right? I'm like, fuck, I'm about to get these bitches because they ain't getting away with my shit. I'm about to tear some shit up. And I felt strong because I had 8, 9, 10 people with me. So I felt like
Oh, some broads.
party.
I felt, but you know, it
Oh, with
didn't.
some girls.
No,
That's
it
what
wasn't even about the girls. It was just about causing a scene.
Mhm.
I was finna cause a scene, but I felt like I could do that because I had hella people with me.
You scared me with the words you just said. You was finna cause the scene. So obviously you did not cause the scene.
No, because when I went out there to chase him, and I finally got out there, and I saw one of the girls, I went over there to him, and I was like, "Hey," and I went like this. I was like, "What's going?" And I reached in my front pocket because I forgot that I was in Vegas, and in Vegas I always put my wallet in my front pocket.
Yeah.
And so when I got there ready to fuss at her, I hit my back pocket. I was like, "Hey," when we was dancing out there, and I hit my fronts, and I was like,
Come on.
my pocket. I felt my wallet right there. I was like,
Congrats.
all right then, y'all have a nice evening and shit. and I went back in. I went back in and and kicked
Little
it.
white
but,
girl with her little crown on for the night.
Yeah.
She thought you was trying to hit on her when you came over there. She was like, "What's up? He coming from me."
Nah, I was coming for my money.
Where my money?
Hey, you
need
about
my
to cuss her
change.
out there. Hey,
My little change that I got in my pocket, I need that back.
That was funny. She would have been like this. Yes.
I'd have beat her ass.
Shit.
Pull that wallet up in front of
That's
his
an ass
ass.
whooping.
You would have stole on her.
Look, I ain't gonna say it on
The fuck?
a recording. You won't never catch me saying it like that. But what would have happened? What would have happened?
I was gonna get my money back.
You gotta get
I was
money
getting
back.
I was getting my shit back, bro.
He's gonna get him some get back and his money back. That's what he's gonna do.
Man.
That shit is funny
Man.
as shit.
I can go on for hours about stories with me and Tone.
Oh yeah.
That shit is hella funny.
I'll save one for later.
I can go on forever with stories with me and Tone.
Oh
My
shit.
the only other dude that I know that Tone kind of reminds me of is my boy Russell Clayton. May he rest in peace. He passed. This dude was in the army with me. He was that's another cat that was just down for whatever the night brought. He was just whatever. And the reason why I get that so much credit, I get that so much, and Kev to the point. Kev does the same thing. Kev is also another cat that's like whatever,
Go anywhere with you.
whatever.
Yeah.
The reason why I get that so much credit is because I'm not that. I ain't never been that type of guy that you just like you call me up and like, we doing this, we doing that. Let's go. And I'm like, whatever, let's go.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
I've never been that type of guy. I'm always picky. I'm always, it's not this, it's not that. It's gotta have this, gotta have that. And like with y'all cats, like I know with Tone, it can change within like I could tell Tone one thing, and by the time he get dressed and ready to come over, it's changed, and it's a total different thing.
Mm-hmm.
And he's still like, let's do it, let's go, whatever. He don't care. He don't care what culture it is. what
Oh
the
yeah.
saying is
Sure that.
because one thing we had in common was we were going to stop and get us a drink somewhere.
You gonna loosen that
Somewhere.
up.
Yeah, somewhere me
yeah.
and Tone was either sneaking off
Mhm.
or getting it before we came or it better have it while we were there.
Yeah, they better have something.
You got to have something.
Or
And
we get it before we
That's
go.
it.
Yeah, fuck all that.
And that's where we always were.
Mm.
And that's why to this point, whenever we get together, somebody's bringing some beer,
Somebody bringing
some
something.
alcohol, something, because if we need to talk, we need to have a little bit of
Yeah, I get it.
lubrication.
There's some people that can't do it, but
You funny as shit.
but for us, yeah, we need some libations, some liquid, something. I can't. No, we ain't. No, you don't come to my house and I ain't got nothing for you to drink. It's not like that. Can't
And
do
he's
it.
like that. That's where I am. You
Can't do that.
gotta, and you know what? That brings me to another topic that I had on the and I had wrote it down a while back, but we were talking about like what do you call it, hospitality and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be real with you. With me, the hospitality thing was a thing that I never had. I never was taught like hospitality because my parents, I think they did a, I'm not gonna say they had bad hospitality. Now I think back, I look back, they did what they did, but they didn't stress to the kids that it's so important that you feed people, that you offer drinks, that you offer all this
Right.
stuff. Now mind you, I think that they did it. Now I look back, I remember them, supplying everything, but they didn't stress it. Where being married to who I'm married to, she taught me that, when a person walks in your house, they're supposed to be able to, even if it means that we don't eat that much, make sure that
They
they
got plenty.
they eat plenty, that they leave with everything that they that they desire,
Right.
as far as to a point. And so,
Then again, you didn't really pay attention as a kid to that. I mean, I never
but
did.
but my thing was you're right, I didn't, but that's because it wasn't stressed to us.
Right.
Where with her, it was stressed to them. So as a kid, they realized that as a kid that they need to offer. As a kid, for them, they were the ones that were serving. They were
Yeah,
constantly doing the
yeah.
shit where I didn't have to do all that shit. So I never really thought about it. So now, and what made me really keep to it now that I've taken it on from my, from learning from my wife, is that that's what everybody says about visiting with us. they're like, oh man, when you come over there, your wife, man, if you don't eat, she has a fit. She's constantly because she don't take no.
Tell me about it.
You be like, no, you be like, no, I'm good. She be like, no, you want something? No, I'm good. You want something? She's gonna keep offering you until you eat.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and that's the way her whole family is.
They're like, Tony, you want something to eat? Nah, I'm good. I just ate.
Oh, okay.
There's a plate sitting in front of me.
Yeah,
Like,
she'll figure, oh, you want something? You want something? I'm just gonna just eat a little bit of this.
make this sandwich.
You ain't gotta eat it all. Just fix a little bit.
No.
And so that's where her whole family is. Her whole family is like that, and I've learned that now. And I think that's something that I hope that's instilled in my kids because it's a good thing. That's a good thing to have.
Well, I mean, after a while, you do kind of notice it if you get a lot of visitors, and you're actually the person that's serving.
Yeah,
It might have been a cultural thing too.
I think it's very much a cultural thing.
Yeah, because my people do that all the time, and there's always alcohol.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
Yeah, I'm with
I've
Eric.
never seen alcohol, and I've never seen a bottle in my house. But when company comes over, my mom must have been in the stash somewhere and brought it out because this is only for visitors, not for
I'm gonna say,
motherfuckers in the house.
Yeah, but I'm with Eric. I didn't get. It wasn't something that was instilled in me. It wasn't like, and I still don't do it. That's my problem. It's like, but if somebody comes over,
Right.
then of course you're supposed to be hospitable. Hey man, you want something to drink? You want this? You want that?
Right.
Don't have that in me. It wasn't instilled in me. You know what I'm saying? My thing has always been the same as, man, you come over my house, you can have anything you want. Just go in and get it. You know what I mean? I don't see myself offering. It's like, if it's there, you're more than welcome to it. And I guess I kind of, before going for conclusion, I guess that's what you would say, that anything in my house is,
that's
bad. And I think that's what happens with us.
that's how I was, but
Right.
at the same time, I probably was even worse because I probably was like. What I'm saying is that what you said, I was kind of like the same way, but I didn't. How you say it? I still wasn't as open with my shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I would still even hold back on some of that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you can come over, you can have whatever I have, but I'm probably still hiding some shit off in the back where
Yeah.
like my wife kind of
Yeah.
taught me that, even with my shit, she would bring everything out. Like,
Yeah.
it's yours. You can.
You save the best shit for
Yeah, yeah.
yourself or
Yeah.
whoever you want to chill with.
But
And with say with Tone, for instance, I noticed with Tone, and it's where Tone is complicated a little bit
Mhm.
because people hear me talk shit about Tone, and then they see whatever they see about Tony, and they either form two opinions. It's like one of the opinions is either gonna be, why are you talking shit about him? He's such a nice guy.
Mhm.
Or it might be the other way, like, I mean, you think he's your boy and shit, he's cool and shit, but he's an asshole. My thing with Tone is that Tone to me, and he's changed a lot, but Tone is probably one of the most selfish persons that I ever met.
Mhm.
When I first met Tone,
Mhm.
he's a selfish person until Tone, if you're on. Once he accepts you, once you're on
Team
his
Tony?
team,
Was you on Team
yeah.
Tony?
Once you're somebody he fucks with,
Yeah.
then everything that you, whatever you ever fucking need,
Yeah.
like, no matter what, I know I can count on Tone for anything.
Mhm.
I can ask Tone for any motherfucking thing, and it's good. Now he's the most selfish motherfucker you ever gonna meet,
Mhm.
but he's also the person that, if I, whatever I need, so it's kind of contradictory a little bit, huh? Because it's like, how can he be the most selfish motherfucker, but then at the same time,
But
give
he's
you everything
selfish to people he don't know. Like,
No,
don't put him-
I get it. I'm not like I've said before in different shows. Like my circle of friends,
yeah, it's small.
small.
yeah, it's small.
Yeah,
So-
I like it that way too, Tom.
So when I let you in, you either stay in or you get out.
Yeah.
You
No,
know
no.
what I mean?
Because
I
I
don't-
totally understand
Right.
that shit.
Right now, I don't have time for that shit. So
Yeah.
if I feel selfish, is because like they tell you all the time, you know, you got to earn the respect.
Mm-hmm.
You got to earn it with me.
Mhm.
I ain't got time for all that shit. I don't want. And not to mention, if I decide I don't really.
I ain't gonna fuck with you.
I don't
I'm not
fuck
gonna
with
fuck
you,
with you. That's
then
how it is. Yeah.
Then other than that, if I have something at the house or something, I invite
Yeah.
you. That means I'm letting you in.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not like some kind of
Because
important person.
he's not
but-
inviting everybody.
Yeah. I
And so
catch
when-
that.
So with Tone, if he's let you into the circle,
Mhm.
it actually, you know, and I'm not trying to say that Tone's some super special person, but it actually means a little something more than anybody else. Because there's a lot of people who just invite whoever.
Yeah.
Tone
Right,
ain't spending
right.
no time with you if he don't fuck with you.
Yeah.
So my thing with Tone was always like I say, he just, you know, he's always been that cat that, for me, he's just always been that cat that he opened to everything on my side that I want to do. And then on his side, you know, he let me in on his side. And with his side, it's obvious. I mean, you won't know until you're on that side.
Mm-hmm.
But when you start fucking with him on that side, you start realizing that there's a lot of I mean, and it's no different than anybody else's family, but because it's Tone, you don't know it.
Mhm.
And then you start, when he lets you in on that side, you start realizing that, damn, you know, this is all the shit that Tony never told me.
Mhm.
You start meeting family members, you start meeting other people, you start meeting his you know, his mangy ass mutts, that mean ass dogs.
That motherfucker just called
Yeah,
the dog out.
But I'm just saying,
got
this is
one.
folks you don't. This is folks that you ain't gonna meet if Tone don't.
He'll let Killer out the back.
If he
No,
don't
I
let
mean,
you
it's
in on
like
that
20
side.
plus years.
Yeah.
You spent 20 plus years with somebody you see practically 5 to 6 days a week,
I
right?
see this motherfucker more than I see my wife.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, but the thing is like, we have a routine at work.
But me
Come
and you,
break time, we
but
do
me
it,
and you clicked. Me and you
Right.
clicked way earlier though.
right away, yeah.
Yeah.
Because, I mean,
And we fight. Believe me, we
Oh, Jesus
we
Christ.
disagree more than anybody. Just like me and you, Kev.
Yeah.
We all this little thing. We all. I mean, I don't think we all disagree. I disagree with each one of y'all motherfuckers, and y'all disagree with me. It's more me. But what I'm saying is that me and
shit.
Tone disagree all the fucking
Yeah,
time.
because y'all
me and
constantly at
it
each
ain't
other.
even disagree. We
Y'all
fight
constantly
or
at
whatever.
each
Whatever
other
you want
like
to call
this.
it, we do that.
That
And
work relationship is like this, so y'all constantly going at it.
for a
It's
long
like-
time, but for a long time, Tone wouldn't even call me out on it.
Yeah.
Tone would just take the shit and be like, it's in his mind. He'd be like, that fucker, man, that motherfucker. But
no,
the last few years,
do
this
shit.
fucking, but every time I say something now, he like, oh, here we go. This motherfucker, he giving it back to me. He
Don't want to hear that
finally-
shit right
He
there.
giving it back to
You
me.
gotta, sometimes you gotta check your boys, man.
Yeah, that's
you
the
gotta
part.
check them.
That's the part I don't like.
Cause that way, cause you can't always be right. I'm not saying he's always right, not even a little
Nah,
bit
hey,
right.
you know, sometimes he is, but sometimes that motherfucker completely wrong, and he'll let
But
you
sometimes
ass have
he'll
it.
say some
Just
shit.
like I do it too.
Right.
I'm
Sometimes
completely wrong. That might be our sign, though. That might
sometimes
be
he says some
That's
shit and I just look at him and
Sagittarian
go, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah,
Oh, what's the matter with you?
yeah.
What the fuck is going on?
I don't know
He
what the
like,
fuck he
"Man,
talking
I don't
about.
know, man,
Shit,
but I don't.
you know what the fuck he talking
I
about.
don't know what the fuck you be talking about.
I
'cause
want
I
to
don't-
go over
fuck you
there
talking
and
about?
slap the shit. I'm just like, dude, you're not gonna go.
You gotta. Hey, what I've learned about Eric is I have to remind that motherfucker sometime. Like, he'll be like, I'll be like, Eric, I need you to come over and do this for me. Kevin, man, might have motherfucker. You know how many times
I ain't never. You know
you
what?
a
That's
lie
a lie
right there. You a lie. You like, I
That's
might
a
have to
lie.
do. You be like, I might have to do this or something. Hey, yeah, but we figure that shit out. You gotta figure out what time you come to help me.
Oh yeah, that's right. You was.
You do. You have to.
That's a
You'll
lie.
say you got something going on. You gonna help
That
me.
is
You
a
never say
lie.
you won't help me, but you be like, I might have to do this, so we have to do that. Like you figure that shit out. Give me a time, motherfucker.
That
I need
motherfucker
some
say he
help.
was gonna come over and hang out, and then he called me, talking about, man, you know.
Because that's
I'm
what he
gonna
do. He got a
chill."
lot of shit.
Oh,
Eric got a
that's
lot of
different.
shit going on.
That's different.
You
When
got a
talking
lot
about,
of
when you
shit
talking
going
about
on.
hanging out, I will fake on you. I ain't got no problem faking on you.
Nah, you
But-
gonna come
Of
through
course
and
you
help
don't.
me
But-
do whatever.
But
But you-
when
I gotta
talking
be your
about doing
time.
when you talking about doing some work, I'll
You've
be
never
there
told
and
me
I'll
no.
tell you. But the only issues is if I have something
Going
that I
on.
have to do. But
That's
I
what I'm
always
saying.
tell you, this is happening between
gotta
this
tell
hour
him.
and this hour.
That's what I'm saying. Like, all right,
But-
but we have to work this shit out.
Okay, but I ain't never
You never
acting
said
like
no.
I can't do it.
No, you never say no. You
So why you
never
bring it
said
up
that.
then?
I said you just sometimes you gotta remind your ass like,
Okay,
Eric,
no, you
man,
ain't reminding me of shit,
understand that.
nigga. When did I don't understand.
you got something
here we
going on,
go.
but I need your help at about this time, bro.
No
So you be like,
bullshit, Kev.
Come on,
Kev.
Eric.
Whenever you needed help doing anything, I've been right there.
Right
You say
there.
you need a truck, I'm right there.
Right
You say
there.
you need me to put the
I'm not
fence up,
saying-
I'm right there.
I'm not saying
No
you
matter
ain't never,
what the
never
fuck-
said it help, but you always, not always. You said sometimes you be like,
I go
I
out
got
of
this
my
going
way.
on.
No, I go out of my way that if you say you need help doing something, then
Negro.
I'm there.
You
To
do.
the point that even when I've been shiesty or some shit, my wife
Did he
would
admit it? He admitted.
listen.
He admitted. Go ahead.
Listen. Even when I've been shiesty, like shaky on some stuff, like maybe we can get together. My wife is one like, Eric, go over there and help Kev do so and so, so and so. So I ain't never held out on you on helping.
Didn't I just say he never fakes?
No, but but the way you say it is no.
No,
I tell him no. We gotta get this shit straight
Let me
right
say
now.
this to you right now.
Okay,
There's
say
never
it
been
again,
not
Kev.
one time that Eric has faked on me. Not one
Okay,
time
but say
when it
what you
comes to
said,
helping
though,
me
Kev.
what it is. What Erica say, and I'll say it again, is I was like, Eric, man, I need you to do this for me. I'm gonna do like 12 or whatever. Oh, Kev, I might have something we gotta do it at this time. Like, Eric, man, come on, I need you to tell me what time you can do it. I can do it at 1. I can
Not
do
what
it
you
at
said.
1.
Now you changed.
I know I didn't. You always gotta
Okay,
you
the
always got
first time-
something going on.
Okay, Kev, the first time you said it, you said, Eric, I need this and that. I said, okay, Kev, I got to do something to do about 12 or something.
That's what he always said.
Hang on. Now, let me tell you what you said that you did that you changed now.
What?
The first time you said, when I said that, hey, I might have something to do at 12 or something like that, nigga, we got to get this shit figured out somehow. So you need to figure out one way of doing this.
Tell me what time you could do it. That's what
I
I
ain't
say.
but you ain't never came at me like that.
Eric.
You ain't never ever came at me like that. You've always said, Eric, we need to get something done at 12 or something. I'm like, I might have to do something. He says, oh, okay, so what time are you thinking? And I always say, shit, about 2 I should be done. So we'd be able to hook it up at 2. You like, that sounds good. That's how the conversation goes.
Okay.
So don't try to throw all that extra in there, like,
Okay.
because it
That's
ain't
how-
never.
That's how the conversation go. Every time.
That's not how the conversation goes.
Not every time. Not every time. we've
So
had
you
that
mean to tell
conversation,
me
it's
there's a
not like that.
conversation that went, I need to do something at 12 or something. You're like, well, nigga, we need to get this straightened out right now. How figure out how we
Oh, no,
do this.
I'm not rude like that. I
But
wouldn't
you
do
did,
that.
that's what you just
No,
said.
I'm not rude.
Rewinded. That's what
I'm-
you just said.
If I said that, I'm wrong.
It always goes if I got
I would
something
not
to
rude
do.
like that.
If I have something to do, you always say, so what time are you thinking about? And I always be like, nigga, 3, 2. And you always like, all right, then hit me up at 2. And we hook up at 2. Whatever it is, we get it done. And it's never an issue. If there's an issue, please tell me, because that's one thing I don't want to do.
Oh, no, I
Because
know
you've
that.
helped me. You've helped me.
I know that you gonna
Hang on.
come through.
You've helped me with so much shit around the house, with the cars, with everything else. That like I say, and my wife holds me in check with this. When you ask for help with something, we're gonna do it.
That's right. I know that.
So I'm gonna make sure I do it.
I know that.
So the only thing that's gonna keep me from doing it is some kind of plans that I really can't get around. Like you said earlier, I'm so busy all the time,
You're so busy
but-
all the time.
but it will get done.
And I know you don't remember these conversations because we have them like in passing.
You lying.
I'm not lying.
You lying.
I'm not lying. We had these conversations in passing. We'll
Short
be
ass
talking.
niggas lie. Say what?
Wow.
Dude, you know, wrong with a 6'5" motherfucker. He always think he right. He see over motherfuckers.
It ain't got nothing to do being tall. I'm just right.
No, you're not right because we be
God.
having these conversations and you, and you,
Wow.
So I was thinking about changing the name to this show to the Eric James Podcast Show.
fuck you. You ain't changing this shit.
What do y'all feel on
Are
that?
we done jerking each other off over this?
Tony.
This whole episode.
Nah, I'm
was
still
a
laid
jerk
back.
off
That
That
session.
nigga ain't gonna change this shit to
So,
nothing
hang on,
like
hang
that.
on, hang on,
Cuff the
hang on, hang on.
balls.
Tone, first of all, Tone,
He can't do shit.
do you have an issue with me naming it the Eric Podcast?
Yes.
You don't like that?
No.
Okay, that's one no vote. Kev, I know you're on my side. Do you have a problem with me naming it the Eric
Nigga, I
Podcast?
wish I would let you name this shit Eric.
So you both are saying no.
Hell no, we name this
Okay,
shit
I
Eric
give me
James
two
Podcast.
more niggas then, cause
Go
y'all.
ahead.
Yeah,
Get 2 more niggas.
I
You're
am.
gonna record that shit on your phone.
That's
Oh, you got a laptop.
Oh,
Go
it's
ahead.
No,
fine.
you still can record here.
Oh, it's funny.
I'll call
Let
in.
me charge X amount an hour. You can do it.
Like that?
It's like that.
That's what it is.
Truth be told, people,
No,
this is,
truth- the
truth
truth
be
be-
told, this is the Eric James.
No, it's not. The
podcast.
truth be told,
Yeah,
the
we're
truth be
talking about
told is you will eventually, both of y'all be fired, and I will have another beige nigga
Fuck
sitting right
you,
there,
Fuck you.
and I will have
Fuck-
another super
No.
dark nigga sitting
No.
over there.
Never happened.
What do he call himself? The Dark Crusader. What did he call himself?
Pussy.
Whatever it is,
You called
whatever
me
it is,
pussy.
I'm gonna find. I'm gonna find
You thought I'm the
two
Dark
more cats to
Crusader.
take us
The
out.
Dark
Skin
Crusader. Pussy. He made it seem like I was some kind of superhero or some shit.
Are we ever gonna get to a topic?
No, ain't no topics today.
Oh.
We ain't no topic today.
Ain't no topic. Do we have
Nigga
any
called me
topics?
pussy.
No, I guess not. It's
Yes, you
way
do.
Too
Do
late
you have
now.
something?
Yes, you know.
Do you
You
have
have
something that
something.
we can
You
go
have
into
something.
that's not going to turn this all into
Tony, I'm gonna record
something
that nigga.
sad?
Send something over to you. Go ahead.
Record me saying something?
Go ahead.
Nigga, don't be recording me sending it to somebody else. What kind of bullshit is that? Recording me sending it to
Violating your
somebody else.
privacy.
That's some bullshit.
I record you every Monday night, dog.
What you do with the recordings?
I put them on motherfucking out to the
Snitch.
world.
You
Let the
snitch.
world hear.
He be snitching,
Snitching. Snitching.
snitching.
Snitch. No, yeah, I don't get this. You might have heard me snitch, but if he hear it, he gonna make sure I
Yeah,
edit
he
that
do
shit.
the opposite of snitching. You know what the opposite of snitching is, Tone? The
He make
opposite
me
is
edit that shit.
the opposite of snitching is when a nigga don't let you in on the story and then leave you out there hanging.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I do that.
Oh,
And then look at you like, what are you talking about? When you looking for help, when you stuck,
Yeah, I
it
do
is
that.
all about, but it's all about him.
I'm guilty.
He
of
looking
that.
at you like,
I'm trying to keep you out of it,
shit.
and you just digging deeper.
I dig in deeper.
Oh boy.
That's a whole nother story.
That's a whole nother story.
That's a whole nother story.
That's some shit. Oh yeah, we don't never need to talk about.
Do we have any? So,
Tony got some topics.
but I don't want to. I don't want to go too deep because it's we've been light, and I don't want to go into no deep dark
Deep,
you
deep,
know
deep. What?
topics.
I'll say it.
Go
I'm
ahead.
serious. It's gonna be real fast. As far as the university scandals and people cheating and all that.
That's some bullshit.
So,
Okay. That
go ahead, Tom.
for me, if I had the money, think I wouldn't do that for
You
my
do it
child.
too.
Would
Okay.
you? Would you?
Okay, what I was gonna say on that, and in case y'all don't know what we're talking about that that scandals of
Huffman and Lori Laughlin.
there's a whole bunch of them.
Yeah,
and
something like that.
and so there's like a program, it's like a business or whatever who specialized in if you had the money, he could pull some strings, he could do certain things to get
Pretty
you
much bribes.
get you into Ivy League schools or top schools, UCLA, Harvard, or Yale. There was a whole bunch of schools on there that
Yeah, they take the test for your kid and all that.
and that was just part of it. Some of the times they would take tests for your kids. There was it even went as far as like athletes that weren't athletes, but they were on athlete scholarships and they never
That's crazy.
and they weren't even playing the sport. But my thing was when the news broke, Tony says that if he had the money, you don't think that he would. You don't think that I wouldn't do it. That was his thing. My thing is when the story broke, I was kind of like, I mean, who didn't know? I kind of felt like I already knew.
Yeah.
It's
And?
it's no because you think
I would
about it.
think, yeah.
If you think about it, when you think about stars, we keep it to stars right now. A lot of stars have kids that go to Yale, that go to Harvard, that go to Duke, that go to all these different schools. And if you have any kids that's went through the system the right way, you know that you have to be accepted. You got to put in. You got to write. Not what they call. Not I don't want to say essays, but they're.
It's a letter of I forgot what it is, but you write a
But
letter
no,
to.
it's like. But they have essays that like they have to write too. They have to
Yeah.
write these because my youngest daughter's been doing it right now, and it's like there's a process.
Yeah.
And so when you see all these stars with their kids going to the top schools, you got to think to yourself, just because you famous, it don't make you smart,
No.
Right.
and it don't mean that you're producing kids that are just as smart or smarter.
Let me ask
So-
you this before you go further. I know you lose topics, Crick, but I think you hold it. Do you assume that they paid their way in normally though? Like they just like because you
So-
can't just buy your tuition.
So yes, you can.
Yeah,
So when I heard it, I thought to myself, this is what's been going on for years.
Me too.
Because it's like we know that at this point we judge people by their accomplishments, by their their awards and what they the degrees, their paper. And when you look at stars who have kids that are coming up through Duke or through Yale, the colleges I've already named, it makes you think to yourself, is that family just that blessed? Or, to the smart people, the rich people, just the reason why they stay rich or they stay smart is because they keep putting out kids that are the same way. And reality is, hell, no.
Mm.
Them kids got them stars, them geniuses and stuff. They got dumb kids,
Mm-hmm.
just like everybody else. But the difference is they have money, and when you got money, they live a different life. And I'm not saying that. I was going to use this example as Donald Trump, right? I'm not saying Donald Trump is ignorant or dumb, and his kids. I'm not saying they're dumb or ignorant, but it shows you that because they have money, that automatically Trump Jr. or whatever his name, he's already set for life. He's already being. People listen to him like he's already established as a. You see him. He speaks about his dad.
Mm-hmm.
He speaks on political issues. He speaks on all these different issues, and we listen to him like he's somebody who's established himself. And the truth is, what the fuck has he done?
Yeah, nobody's
He
heard
works
of
for
him
his dad.
since his
Yeah,
dad became
yeah.
president.
No, he's
Well,
been
no,
talking.
he's always
He's been talking.
Well, I ain't never heard of him.
He's been talking. He was talking last week about the bullshit
Oh,
that's
last
going
week.
on. But the thing is that what makes him, besides money, what's making him where we listen to him? And what I'm saying is they get these degrees, they get all this, whatever it is that concretes with who they their concretes what they're able to talk about. So their foundations are the degrees or whatever, but they get all that based on what dad was able to buy.
Yeah.
Because
So you think they get some sort of validity based on the fact that their dad was able to send them to Harvard or Yale, and then they go there and they get some kind of degree, and maybe it's
well,
not-
whether
not
dad
even
went there or not, I don't know
Oh,
what
I said
validity.
they
I don't
go
know what
there. I don't-
validity
yeah.
means, but
validation,
yeah,
Yeah,
But
but you
it-
forget
so-
that a lot of them,
basically.
a lot of these kids that their parents are celebrities or
Right,
money,
right.
they go through a better education because
They
they're
do
in
go to-
privacy.
Yeah,
in a
they do.
Private school,
But
right?
you would always
You would
assume,
think that.
You always assume that they just paid their way in. When you hear the whole scandal, you find out some of them were going on scholarships for volleyball, not volleyball. It was one of the girls.
But
was
even,
some-
but even,
but they're going in those
but
ways.
whether
that,
they go in that way or the
Well, why
or the
would-
parent pays the way in,
Right.
it's still not the way the system is set up.
yeah,
Because you have to be accepted.
Yeah,
But come to find out that this is not by no means truth or fact. I'm just using his name as an example. But if you Will Smith's kid, all of a sudden, whatever school is looking at you a little, Brown University is like, yes, come.
come. Oh yeah, because
Yes, come.
all that.
We don't care what your grade point average is.
Yeah, I
We
know
don't care
they
what your
say hoopla,
SAT,
people
scores
following
were.
paparazzi,
but
all that activity
come.
brings.
And Will Smith is probably writing a fat check. Like,
Yeah,
this is for the theater program.
and see, that's what I always thought. I always thought, a kid could get in with not great grades or not a smart kid because their dad is willing to write that check. You know what I mean? But this, for me, this scandal just kind of said, "Wow, you guys are using the system." There's a place where
No.
you're
But
using the
you
system.
don't separate it.
You're using
Yeah.
what
I'm saying is all
the
the
two
same.
incidents that I'm thinking about are the two girls that got busted the most or been the public favors, which is Huffman and that
The
Lori,
girl
whatever.
from Full House.
Yeah, Full House and the other girl, right?
But what I'm
So,
saying is,
one of them that was
don't
on the
separate
scholarship.
it. Don't separate it.
One
It's
of them
all
went on
the
the
same.
scholarship, like she was I don't know what kind of player it was. It was some kind of weird
But
sport.
see,
She's on
but a
a
lot of these-
rowing team or some
Yeah,
shit.
something
but
like
that-
that. They got her in for that. I'm like, why would you have your daughter
Right.
come in for that when you should just simply be able to pay for her to go to school? Ain't you just paying the
Well,
same amount of money?
But that's
But
what I'm saying.
why
Quit,
would they do
that's
that?
that's what I'm trying
Yeah.
to explain to you, Kev. Quit separating it because it has nothing to do with either way you look at it. It's wrong.
Yeah, it is wrong. That's what I said. But why would
So-
you do it? Is I didn't get.
But it doesn't matter if you're on an athletic scholarship or they got you in on some side door thing and you're paying.
Yeah.
Either way, the parents paid.
Yeah, I guess I need to clarify myself. I don't mean side door and payment. I'm meaning that you do need to be accepted to a school. That's true. You have to be accepted. But usually, if your parents are that rich or they have that type of money, they easily could say, "We're going to pay the tuition and we're going to help you fund the wing
what-
or do whatever it
okay,
is." And then
that's
most
what I'm
attendees would be like, "Oh, go ahead, bring it. We'll get you
No,
in."
see, that's what I'm trying to explain to you. Don't separate it. It's
the same
all the
shit, yeah.
same program.
it is the same.
It's
shit.
all the same shit. So either you going on a fake scholarship, or which you're not there, or you're paying
Daddy's
your way,
buying a wing,
and the
yeah.
college says, yeah, come on in. We'll just take your money. Either way, it's the exact same thing.
It is.
It's the exact same thing. So,
But I always assume it was the second one. That the parents were paying their way into that school.
either way, the
It's
parents
still
are paying.
wrong. It's
Even,
still wrong
even if
about
it's a
it doing it.
scholarship, the
Yeah,
parents.
But
are
you
still
always
paying.
figure a dude like Trump, to say because you use
No,
Trump, or Will
somebody-
Smith would be like, okay, I'll do X amount of shows
Right.
or get you this more money, or
Nah.
I'll help you fund the wing. I'll do this, but I need my kid to
But
go
that's-
to this
but
school.
that's what I'm
It's still wrong.
But that's what I'm saying is that like a lot of these people, they still wrote out checks.
Yeah, it's either way,
Whoever they wrote the checks out, they still had to write out those checks,
it's
no
still
matter
the
what.
same. It's
If
still the same.
if I build a new
Jim.
like a lounge
Yeah.
for the teachers or some shit with a ping pong table in it,
Yeah,
yeah, you best believe I want my child to go there.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Cause I wrote out a check. Now, I would like to think that my daughter got in there her own way.
You know that ain't the
But
case.
at the same time, if she didn't, then they still accepted her. What the fuck do I care?
Here's a
Yeah.
new rec room for you,
yeah,
and
yeah.
now we make sure she gets in there.
What the fuck do
But
I
I always
care?
assumed that was going on. What Eric's saying, and even though he's saying don't separate them, I've always assumed that the rich get richer
There's
by
always been
by
cheats.
doing those type of
You,
things,
you
right?
just didn't realize that. You just didn't realize they were taking it to all.
Yeah,
all
taking
out
on
to them levels.
yeah, doing all the other stuff,
But-
and that shocked. That's what shocked me.
It
I
doesn't
guess.
shock me.
Yeah, I guess in all honesty, I shouldn't be shocked because that's the kind of shit they've been getting
I
away
mean,
with
because
forever.
you think
right?
if you think about even the athletic, so we talk about the scholarships for athletes, right?
Yeah.
The athletic scholarship. If you think about just that in its own, how crooked. Why do you shake the peanuts before you grab one out?
trying to get the good one.
It just makes no sense.
You see,
Trying to get the one.
I see it, but it's easy as going like this. Look. If I pick this up, I can grab a peanut like that.
I'm trying to bring
It's done.
He wants a
I,
single
I,
one. He
it
don't want the
depend-
clumps.
every time he grabs one, it's like,
But
hey,
anyway.
and it's hang on, and let me hang on,
Oh Lord.
Let me hang on.
and it's all peanuts. It's not like those peanuts,
He-
almonds,
Tone, you know what I'm
cashews.
trying
No,
to
they stick together and they make the look.
Man, shut up.
Stuff.
They're all the same in here. Tone, they're all the same in here. So when he's shaking it like this,
Someone just looked at
he's
like,
doing. Wait,
this
I don't want
motherfucker.
that peanut. Oh, I don't want that peanut. I don't want
No.
that peanut. Oh, there's a peanut right there. They're all fucking peanuts.
I'm bringing pistachios next time.
You motherfuckers shaking the can for all peanuts. There's nothing else in there. No raisins. This ain't trail mix. There's nothing else in here.
This is peanuts.
You're not
to
trying to
get
get to the M&Ms?
Sometimes
The
you,
dust,
you don't
man,
want
all
the
the
single
shit.
ones. They all clumped
Yeah.
up together.
I'm not trying to touch everything up in the
Damn
can
it.
either.
Nigga, just grab a peanut.
Damn, dog. You know what?
That's why we gotta have video.
You know what? You
That's
know the
that
crazy
shit.
part about this is, why are you so focused on what the fuck I'm doing?
Because every time I
Why?
looked at you, every time I look at you to do some shit, you always fucking up. You're like Beaver.
This motherfucker.
I know I'm old when I say this, but you remember Leave It to Beaver? That motherfucker always was doing the wrong thing. Just eat a fucking peanut. It
this
doesn't take.
motherfucker. You know,
I'm like,
hey, you
hey.
know what? From now on, everything that you do, when you in here with these fucking cans, tapping the top of them and shit,
I don't do
and all
that.
that.
I don't do that. You've never seen me tap the top of a can. I've never did. You've never seen me do that.
Okay.
I've saw cats that do that, and I wonder why they do it.
Okay.
You've never seen me
When
do
you in
that.
here doing all the shit that you do, I'm gonna bring it up every time.
That's what you need to do.
I'm gonna do.
That's
I'ma bring
why
it
I
up.
brought you in on the show,
I'm
so
gonna
you can do that.
Do that shit. We
So
talking on
finally,
the
you're gonna
si-
start. So
He
you're gonna start
said
doing your
brought
job
you
now.
into the show.
talking on the side of the mic. And
So
shit,
you're gonna
and
start
motherfucker can't
doing
hear
your
you.
job now.
Yeah, you heard me. Goddamn it.
So now you're gonna start doing your job.
Damn
I
right.
brought
Give
you
me
in
them
to
damn
do that.
peanuts back. I'm gonna shake the can when I want to shake the fucking can.
Here you go. I don't even like these. Why you keep bringing these fucking peanuts?
Damn,
Nigga, you
Tony.
don't like almonds?
You want pork rinds in this motherfucker again?
Yes.
Hell no.
Yes.
I need you to live just 2 more years.
Oh, here we go.
Damn. That motherfucker said 2 more years.
I think I always
you
find a
know.
way to work in that I'm about to die or I'm out of shape or some shit.
Pork rinds.
We was
dude.
at work. We was at work today. This nigga was talking about how he couldn't wait to talk about how I. Every time I say something, he always look at me like he down, put his nose
No, I don't.
down at me, like I'm unhealthy.
But you're the one that told me you went to eat the same chicken
Shut
3
up.
days a week.
So what?
You already said on,
It's
on the
chicken.
podcast. You already said, 3.5. He had
Nah,
he
I
had
guess you caught
strips.
3.5. Yeah.
He had strips
Yeah,
on
strips
the fourth
today,
day.
right?
Okay.
Does he get his motherfucker like we ain't worthy to be talking about him?
No,
see
because no.
No.
You see
When
that
y'all
shit?
talk about me,
I
y'all
talk
act
about
like what it is. What it is. This is what it is.
Oh Lord.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Y'all niggas act like y'all ain't, it's funny because I've been skinny my whole life. I've been a skinny, tall, lanky is what they call me, lanky ass nigga, right?
You not fat. That's
Okay,
the
but
thing.
the thing is I've been it my whole life. These niggas ain't been fit their whole life.
Who?
Sure.
Y'all,
Sure.
You must be crazy.
nigga, your nickname is Chubby.
I was a baby. I got
Okay,
the baby
first
picture
of all,
to show it.
Okay, I've
That's
seen
what
you. I've seen your ass
Haven't we
blow
all
up
been chubby?
and get skinny. Not
Yeah, you
skinny.
see, not skinny, but
But
not
get-
heavy.
So what I'm saying is, and I've seen Tone before he was what he was.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, niggas start working out and shit. And as soon as they start feeling good about themselves, they like to talk about the nigga who ain't in shape.
Oh, I know you lying there. This
So-
is one time you lying. I've never
so-
said nothing
so-
about
No,
you
that's
being
it.
out of shape.
So I'm gonna save you for last.
That's me.
So Tone all of a sudden starts working out. Now the funny thing about Tone is, I tried to get Tone to work out a long time ago.
Yep, you
Mhm.
told me
And
that.
we
Tone-
both quit at the same time.
And no, I didn't quit. I never quit.
You never
Tone,
quit.
I didn't quit at that time. So, so Tone would say,
God damn.
of course, Tone's famous words is, I ain't doing that shit.
I ain't
man.
doing all that shit.
I ain't doing that shit, man. Every time I get Tone try to come out, I ain't doing that shit.
Motherfucker early in the morning.
Yeah, I ain't
Fuck
trying to
this
work
guy.
out that
Get
early.
the fuck out of here. Ain't 4
He
o'clock in
wouldn't
the
do it,
morning.
wouldn't do it. Now all of a sudden, this motherfucker pumping iron with Arnold.
At what time?
after work.
After work.
Afterward.
Yeah, but whatever. So he doing his thing now. Now he feels the need that because he's working out every day or every other day or whatever he does, he feels the need to tell me or let me know all the time that I'm about to die. I got high blood pressure. I got everything that you could think about. He loves to tell me about. It's some bullshit. Kev, for you to say that you ain't never ever brought this shit up, my feelings ain't never been hurt more than the first year we went to the state fair. And we just got done. I had just got done eating. Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. I had just, we're sitting with our families and stuff. We're all sitting with our families. And I had just got done eating I think it was it's corn on the cob. It was a corn on the cob. You know at the state fair, how you can have the corn on the cob, you can add all the Parmesan cheese, all the spices and stuff you can add on there and shit, you know.
Oh boy.
So I'm tearing it up. And we had a couple of beers and stuff. And I had just got done eating it. And me and Kev was sitting there, and I was the only one standing up. Everybody else was sitting down. And I said, "Hey, want me to get you another beer? You want another beer? I'm going to get another beer." And Kev looks over at me, looks at my stomach, because I'm bloated, because I drank beer and all that stuff. And he says something to everybody like, "I don't know if you need another beer." Look at his stomach. Look at his stomach in front of my family, in front of everybody. And I look down, I'm like, damn, nigga, we ain't never had a conversation like this before. This nigga,
was it that noticeable?
It probably was.
He was bloated.
Because you know how I get
drinking
bloated.
That beer, he bloated. Eric, he just get bloated.
But why was he? Why would
Like,
he?
stop
Why would he
drinking
call
that
me
beer,
out
dog.
like that in front of everybody?
I wasn't
So
trying
for him to
I
sit
didn't say
there-
you was fat.
So for him to sit here now and act like I ain't never said nothing.
No,
to you
I
like
didn't.
that.
I didn't call you fat. I knew you was bloated. I knew that's what it was. You wasn't fat. You're not. Come on, Eric, man. I didn't call you fat, dog. I didn't call
Kev. You know you hurt my feelings that day,
I'm
but it's
sorry.
all
I
right.
apologize.
No, don't.
I
Nigga, that's
apologize.
just 10 years later.
10 years later.
15
I
years later, you
apologize,
apologize
dog.
now.
I apologize.
Both of
but
y'all
I'm
niggas
telling
need
you-
to apologize
I'm telling you,
to
I
me.
didn't call you
I
fat.
ain't apologizing shit.
You can. You can go ahead, but I
No.
didn't call him fat.
Both of y'all
I just
niggas
got
need to
done.
I'm
apologize.
just
Mike
calling, I
on?
didn't call him fat.
I just said I ain't doing none of that
So
shit.
let me get it official. So Tone, you not gonna apologize?
This mic on?
Yeah, it's on.
All right. Fuck you. I ain't doing that shit. I'm just trying to make you live healthy. Hold on. It's my turn now. Hold on. While all the time I'm telling you to, hey,
This
listen,
nigga's
man,
turn.
you need.
You ain't got no turn. This is my show.
no,
How you get a
fuck-
turn?
Hey, cut
off
his
this
mic.
Cut off.
This motherfucker, this is him. I said, yeah, man. I said, he goes, man, these pork rinds.
Your pork rinds good to motherfucker.
This motherfucker choke a rhino. And all the time I'm seeing him eating it. I'm go, yeah, that will choke a motherfucker.
He lying.
Huh?
He lying.
And
He
I
be
said-
watching me eat them, but he'll grab some. He'll eat them,
just want
Choke a
one.
rhino.
and he's contributed many times to the pork rind. He buys them and brings them to me, without me asking. He'll say, "Here you go, eat."
That's
I'll
a
be like,
damn
"Dang,
lie.
you my best friend, bro."
He said, hey, you got some change, bro?
That was funny as shit.
Hey, you got some change? I said, for what?
Dog, we
I
got
said, "I'm gonna
pork rinds in our vending machine at work.
Damn.
I know. It's the greatest.
See, look, I'm trying to have him stay away from that stuff. And look,
got shit to say,
he's
though.
showing it. He's showing it. I wish we did have video. Oh, my God. This motherfucker.
You know, he talks shit, but he brings me pork. He brings me pork rinds and Miller High Life. And then there's a pack of Pop Tarts here he bought me too. His nigga talks all that shit, but brings me
I'm trying to.
pork rinds and Miller High Life. What kind of friend brings you pork rinds and Miller High Life if he ain't
To
trying
you,
to kill you?
your best friend. To me, I'm just trying to kill him up.
Damn.
See?
That
See?
nigga's trying to take over. He said,
See?
I was trying to bring some snacks to
He
the
trying to move up in the
podcast.
job. dog.
This
He
about
trying
to
to
be,
move up in
this
the
about to be
job.
the Tony Sunshine show. Like, yeah, okay, a moment of silence for Eric. Fuck that nigga. So our show gonna start every year. So let's get on with the show.
That motherfucker said,
Oh my God, dude.
Oh fuck.
Are you bloated now?
He brought the Miller High Life tonight, though. That was good shit. That's the
Oh
best.
man, spring, bruh. It's spring.
This might be the thing from here on out, bro. We might need, since we're going into the summer, Kill the hard alcohol and go
Yep.
with the Miller High Life.
Yep.
I can't drink beer that much.
Man, this Miller High Life is a shit.
I'm just.
Man, it's
Nigga,
gonna
you
be-
don't drink
Hey,
anyway, nigga. You drink.
This motherfucker is gonna be burning up again. This studio.
I know.
I'm about to put the air right
Here
there.
he goes.
Oh boy.
Here this motherfucker goes.
What you talking about? He didn't like I put the TV in there. As soon as we got TV in there, motherfucker, I turn it on.
You
Yeah.
never. He put the TV in there. We got this big 50-inch television up in this motherfucker that's never on.
That motherfucker's always on. We just didn't have it on.
Tone,
tonight.
is it always on?
It
When
was on a
football
couple
season
of
was on,
days.
we was on.
It's been on
right?
a couple of times.
No, when
I
football
said,
season was
I
on.
said,
I know
y'all,
you
you know what?
watching,
We're gonna name this show. I don't know. We're gonna name it, but this is all the inner works of what goes on. So you got to hear this fucker. I said to him when we talking about the TV. I said, Tone, Kev,
Yes,
Tone,
Kev.
Kev. I'm talking to Kev.
Yes.
Okay,
What the fuck?
Kev. I'm right now, Kev.
Mm.
You
Okay.
telling Tone about me, this motherfucker Kev.
Yeah,
You go ahead.
that's what I was trying to say.
Wow.
Is it my turn?
Yes.
Oh, so this motherfucking Kev, what I asked him was to set a mood when we came in here. And don't get me wrong, I asked a lot of Kev. It's his house, his studio, his whatever else you want to call it, his fucking whatever else he wants to claim, his peanuts. Set a
brought those.
mood. When we come in here, if it was during football season, so I'm
Football
like, have
season.
the football game on.
Mhm.
Have some music going or something. Something when we come in here, not to this cold ass or like Tony just said, if it's summertime, hot ass room we walk into that's empty before because he don't come in here till we come in here because he busy doing other shit. This fucker is the only motherfucker I know that we got the podcast at whatever time, 7.
Right.
And this fucker will call us up and be like, what time's the podcast? We like
What the fuck?
7. And this motherfucker
No.
oh, I'll be there at 7.
Ah.
But he ain't there. So when we pull up, he ain't here. Cause he getting here too. It's like it's not his house. Like he's coming to the podcast.
Tone, man, you gotta
Tone,
say
how many-
something, Tone.
you-
Say something,
Okay,
Tone.
Tone.
Say
have
something.
You, okay, I got a question, Tone. Have you ever knocked at the door and he wasn't here? Just answer that question. It's a simple question.
I think once I was at the grocery store around the corner.
You wasn't in no fucking grocery store,
What
Kev.
was I
You
told?
lying.
I don't
Why
know where
you
you was at, but I
lying?
know you wasn't there. But
I
then
came
you
back
showed
with
up.
grocery.
Come back with no fucking groceries. You ain't never. That's a lie.
This dude, man.
Ain't this a bitch? I was at the grocery
Where were you at,
store.
Kev?
Bel Air.
Where were you at, Kev?
Bel Air.
Oh, her name is Bel Air?
Damn, nigga. Bel Air.
I don't know where the fuck you be at.
Yeah, this is the name of
I
this
don't know
episode.
where the fuck you be at, bruh.
Her name is Bel Air.
I don't know where the fuck
Where
you
you be at, Kev?
I don't know where you be at. No, don't name it that. Because too many people are tuning in. Because everybody want to know where the fuck Kev at.
Where you at, Kev?
Don't put that in. Everybody be like, where the fuck Kev be at?
Man,
That's the question. Where the fuck you be?
nowhere, dog.
Okay, now that we mentioning Kev get uncomfortable now. That seat, look at that seat.
Very much so.
How's that Italian leather feeling?
Feeling like Italian
Okay,
motherfucker.
so let me
leather.
ask you a question then. Since you where you supposed to be at,
Yeah.
then why when we call you, you don't answer?
When?
Okay, you're gonna play dumb. Why when we text you, you didn't get the text?
I don't remember there ever
Oh,
been a
yeah,
time you texted
you
me
know
and
what?
I
If
didn't
you was
text.
on the, if he was on the stand right now, I said I've asked him 2 questions, ain't got no answer for. So when we text him, he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. with the
I
text."
said I remember the time you texted me. I didn't get the
Okay.
text.
So you don't answer
You
text.
do look like you on the stand.
You don't
in
call.
court.
You don't. We
I've
can't.
always called you back. I don't know why you would say the things that you're saying.
Why is
I understand other people would say the things.
Asshole.
If somebody else was asking me these questions, I would understand them
Hang on,
saying it.
Hang on, before
But
you say what you
asking
gotta
me
say, say it off
I
mic. I know what you're
always
saying. Hang on.
ask-
Don't talk
ask
about me.
you.
Hang on. Say it off mic. What are you talking about me?
He's stupid.
Okay, now you can go.
You stupid.
You can say that. You can say that.
Man, I don't see when I've never answered you. You, personally.
You
said,
take
but
the time. You
I
take
see-
the time.
I might have took my time, but I always got back to you.
Tone, you kind of today. I called you. You didn't answer too. You called me back
I
later,
called you back.
but it was later.
I called you back.
What were you doing? I just want to know why.
Damn, Tom, that motherfucker Eric, boy, he like on
No,
us.
no. I just want to know when I call my homies,
Oh, ain't this
When
some
the homies
my
bullshit?
call.
boys,
Nah.
when I call my number ones. Why I always
This
gotta wait for a call
motherfucker.
back?
Nah,
What are y'all
man.
niggas doing that y'all can't answer the phone?
Waking up and getting ready to go to work.
Damn, yeah.
I call y'all niggas. Y'all call me. Hello.
No.
Yep. Yes.
You a
yes,
damn liar.
Yes, and I hang up.
One thing you are reliable for, I give it to you. You will get back in a reasonable time. Usually, I will give you that.
Because I answer when you call.
No, you don't always answer when I call.
Okay, your time.
And then we got
okay.
the
Your
pho-
time is up. Your time is
Then
up.
we got the phone
Tony,
problems.
your time is up,
Fuck
nigga.
you. When
Your
we got the
time is
phone
up.
problems.
Tone.
You know what? It's kind of funny he's saying that where you at this morning, and I go, okay, well, I called you
Don't
back,
tell all
and
the
guess
business.
what?
Don't tell all the business. Don't tell all the business.
And guess what?
Tone, I
I
said,
called just in time.
Huh?
Tone.
That
That's my
motherfucker.
business, bro.
So.
That's
Your
my
business
business.
of what?
About the ixnay on the energy drink say.
Ixnay on the
Yeah.
energy drink side.
Yeah. This motherfucker gonna call me. Telling that
I left
bullshit.
my wallet. I left my.
In El Segundo.
And that's-
So I needed Tone to
hey, you
hook
gotta
me
turn
up.
around, huh?
I needed Tone to hook me up with an energy drink.
Segundo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
But he didn't. But when I called him, he didn't answer.
That's right.
No, because the phone's in my pocket.
Why ain't your phone? Why ain't your phone where you can get to it?
I called you back, didn't I?
Yeah, but you always because you cut
Energy.
your phone off at home.
You.
I wish I did.
No, you do something because you don't answer my calls when you're at the house.
Man, let me see. You called at 7:37.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's not it.
We
Never
already at
mind.
work at that time.
Never
Damn.
mind. Never mind. No, that's some bullshit. I did call you. The motherfucker don't answer for shit, boy.
I answer all the time.
I
You
be
know what
like,
you forgot
oh,
to do,
Lord.
bro?
Hmm.
You forgot to tell these motherfuckers at the beginning about the
Oh,
podcast
so-
shit. Yeah.
So
You forgot about all that shit.
yeah, you guys, Tony's 2 listeners that listen. We need you guys to subscribe.
That's our whole listeners. That's
It's
it.
2 whole
That's
listeners.
just
That's it.
2. That's it.
It's 2 whole listeners.
Damn.
That's it.
Damn.
He loves some Tony, bro.
I know.
I don't know what.
Now
Now
it
you
is.
don't talk about the dancing story again. They're
It
gonna be
ain't
like,
it ain't- we don't
"Ah."
even have
They don't
video.
want to dance with me.
We don't even have video, so it's not like listeners can see him. There's something about Tony's.
They
Oh,
love
what
him,
it
Tony
is.
Sunshine.
When I listen back to him, I don't understand why we even got him on the show. But
You need reason on
Like,
the show
whoa,
because
why?
you motherfuckers bicker like
Just
we
for one night?
bicker.
Who bickers?
All they need to do is listen from episode 1 to
So
now.
who the fuck am I bickering with? It's just me and Kev.
Yeah.
So me and you don't bicker.
Nah.
I don't even like using the word bicker. Don't never say bicker to me again. Bicker. What the fuck
Bigger.
is bicker? Bicker,
Bicker.
nigga. Bicker.
Bitch
Okay.
word.
The fuck
Argue.
is bicker?
It's a bitch
Look
word.
it
What does
up.
that mean, nigga?
Bicker?
Bicker.
Then what you guys do?
What is that?
Argue?
So why you say
Fuss?
argue? Why you say bicker?
Because I like to use bicker. I'm not going to tell you what words I'm
Nigga
going to
don't
use and what I'm
never
not going to
use
use.
bicker.
What the
around
fuck
I'ma
you
use
two
bicker.
motherfuckers is doing right now? That's what
Yeah,
it is.
bicker.
Nigga, I don't bicker.
That's arguing.
Yeah, you
I'm a
bicker.
grown ass man. I don't bicker.
Hey. All right.
That's a grown word, bicker.
That's a country
Nigga, I
grown
said
ass
stop
word.
using bicker.
Country down south ass. South Carolina.
That ain't no southern shit. Bicker.
Shit, they use that shit all
Bicker?
the time. Bicker.
Nigga, I ain't never ever heard none of my folks say bicker.
Man,
Oh man, that shit. I got that shit
use
from
that.
Mississippi, Louisiana.
Use that while I
Nigga,
play
you ain't even
polo.
from Mississippi,
That's where
Louisiana.
my peoples is from.
You ain't from there.
I born in Cali, but my peoples.
Okay, cool.
my
Quit
mom and
talking to
dad,
everybody else, and you can't speak on nobody else.
When I go down there to visit Eric, they would say the word bickering.
Nigga, stop the show. Don't you? You don't start raising your voice.
You know
at
what,
me.
Eric? Check this shit out, dog. That's about enough of that.
Hey, quit playing.
They about to tussle.
Nigga, sit down.
They about to tussle.
I'm
about to go
sure
tussle?
we can communicate
Hey,
on a
hey,
higher plane
hey.
than this.
I was gonna do exactly what you told me earlier. I was about to cut that nigga Mike. It's like, that's it.
Damn, he cut his mic, not his neck.
It's like, that's
That'll be
it.
the end of the show.
Ah, man, this is.
Is there anything
ridiculous.
else we can talk about tonight? So, I mean, there was stuff.
This
You know,
show.
I don't want to end the show. I don't want to show on bad stuff. So I'm gonna say this real quick.
Yeah.
And hopefully after this we can get into something. We can get something, happy, positive, or whatever. If it was a Joe Budden show, we'd be playing the Gap Band after this.
Yes.
But we do want to acknowledge the shootings and
Oh
New
yeah,
Zealand.
another tragedy, another crazy ass thing.
it's crazy, and
Damn, man.
prayers go out to families
Yeah.
and the victims and
Yes, sir.
of that, because we,
You know,
it's just crazy.
I know we ain't gonna get into it. I don't
Kev,
want to get into it, but I
Kev,
gotta
Kev,
say this.
Kev.
I
Here
gotta
goes-
say
here
this,
goes
bro.
Kevin, this is my time. This is when I
Oh,
talk to the
boy.
people. Chill out, though.
Hey.
So we
Who
want
the
to.
fuck are you talking to?
So like I'm saying, we want to talk to the people. Kevin, let me finish.
Man, wait, no, hold the fuck on, dog. Wait, hold on. Are you
Go ahead,
really
Kev.
talking to me like I'm a little kid?
I'm saying it's my time right now.
Man, fuck that shit, dog. Go on, do your thing.
So what I was saying is we really want to. I know you're not dancing and singing during.
Shaking his ass all in your face.
So seriously, we do want to
Yeah.
give our thoughts and
Go ahead,
praise.
do
I
your
mean, our prayers out to the victims and the families of that unfortunate situation.
And let that motherfucker rot.
Yeah, they need to do some. They need to create some special kind of torture for that motherfucker. And I'm not saying that we put him on a pedestal above the rest of the motherfuckers who do that shit, but let's start now dealing with these fuckers in a way that makes people think twice about doing stuff. If I don't know who it was, I hate to throw it on my kids, but somebody had just told me. Maybe it was me and Tone was talking about. Somebody was talking about how we torture people.
Yeah.
And you need to figure out ways of torturing motherfuckers that you can do a little bit at a time.
Publicly.
So whoever I was talking to was talking about like cutting body parts, right? But you cut body parts to the point where, and this is where they simplified it. We simplified with your pinky, right? So we're gonna cut the first inch off. Boom. That's gonna hurt.
Hell yeah.
But wait till I come back tomorrow and I cut that second inch off. You know what I'm saying? So every week, every day,
This show turned.
every day, you get some more pain.
Hey, but shit, it's gotta
But
happen.
what I'm
dog.
saying, just when
Something.
you get used to it, we're not gonna give you no pain that's gonna kill you.
He can't
It's
die
pain
from
that's
it, though.
it's pain that's gonna hurt, and hurt.
One of them
We're not gonna cut
Arabic
your dick
shows,
off.
but-
We're gonna cut the tip of it off.
Ugh,
That's what I'm
God
talking
damn.
about. That's what I'm talking about.
What is that? Something of 1,000 cuts? Or
So
something of
so
1,000
so then
cuts?
let's cut his nuts off, but then let's sew him back on so we can cut him off again tomorrow.
Man, that dude's gonna die from shock.
That's what.
But you know
Can you
what?
die from shock?
I know Eric is talking extreme, but they do some kind of torture methods, and maybe we just need to start doing that shit.
We
Fuck
need
it.
to.
we're
We
not-
need
cut
to
this
do
shit the
something.
fuck
They're
out.
not gonna
These
do anything.
motherfuckers.
People made a big
Nah.
hoopla about us
Humane.
waterboarding terrorists.
What's funny, that brings us into something else, Tom. We
Fuck
talking
that
about with
shit.
California today. You talking about
Shit gotta stop, dog.
you talking about how they all of a sudden put a little stop on
Oh, the halt on the death sentencing.
the death sentence.
Man.
So it just shows that we're kind of going the other way. California passed. Ain't they passed? The governor put us a halt
Yeah, just put a halt.
on the death sentence, so we won't be killing nobody.
They even took the chair away. They showed taking the chair away. I don't know if it's the injection chair.
Lethal injection.
It's
yeah.
lethal injection here, right?
Yeah, we do lethal
So
injection.
I
We don't
think
do
yeah,
execution. They don't do
took-
that anymore.
They had pictures of
So
them
we
actually
kinda-
taken out. So
Yeah, so we're actually kind of leaning towards the opposite.
yeah,
But
man.
for fuckers like that, you need to do the extreme.
Fuck it. Texas,
Especially
they
'cause
kill them
he-
once a week.
I mean, I don't. The reason why we're not really speaking a lot on it, the reason why I'm not speaking a lot on, because I don't really know the whole story,
Mhm.
but I do know that they videotaped this shit.
Yeah, he put it on Facebook Live.
Yeah, so
You
it's
put it
kinda,
on Facebook Live?
yes.
Oh shit!
So it's kind of like you can see it.
I don't want to see that
They
shit.
took
They tried
most
to
of it
take all
down,
of it down.
but it's out there, and that's the shit I don't want to see either. Kind of like I'm not comparing the two, but with the Michael Jackson,
I wanna
the
see that
Never
shit either.
Neverland. That's how I felt about that. I didn't want to see it, and I learned my lesson a long time ago with the. You remember a while back, ways back when they were doing back when the war was still going. They were doing the beheadings,
Yeah.
and they were putting that shit. I made a mistake and watched that shit one time,
Nah.
and that's some shit that I can't. I
Can't
never.
take back.
I wish I would have never seen it,
Yeah.
and it's you just can't take it back.
Yeah, shit like that I don't like.
But I learned my lesson because now when I see, even when it comes to, because I don't even like World Star. World Star changed. They don't show all the fights and stuff no more. But I remember when I used to go on there, and you see, it was one thing seeing guys get knocked out, which I felt a certain way about. But when I used to see like little girls getting picked on, like high school girls or junior, and you see them like getting jumped and shit like that, man, that shit used to kill me. Cause I have daughters,
Yeah.
and I can imagine, them getting jumped or something, and that's some shit that I just don't want to see. So anyway, I guess if we was a Joe Budden show, we would insert the Gap Band right now, but we need to bring this to a happier note before we end this.
No, we just have to recognize that, we need to let it be known that, thoughts and prayers.
Acknowledge them
no
folks,
doubt.
and realize that we there with them in prayer.
Shit.
Because
That's tragic, bro. I hate shit like that.
it's unfortunate, but that shit's kind of seeing is happening more and more. I mean, we've kind of been at a little bit of a break, I guess, from terrorist attacks. But it's always in the background. It's always a threat. It's always something that we know can happen at any time. So, and we know that it happens. So, that's it. I was gonna say that just to bring it to a whole nother thing that Kev informed us today, that no matter where me and Tone decide to travel to, that he's not traveling with us no more because of the airplane situation. There's been some planes.
I'm not flying on a 737 Max.
He can't fly on certain planes, so
they get them fixed, though. They
So
gonna
me
get
and
them fixed.
Kev, wherever we go, me and Tone, wherever we go, Kev won't be where he be coming by bus.
I'll be on the bus.
By John Madden.
John Madden.
He ain't flying with us because he don't fly on these broke ass airplanes.
Oof.
Well, Tone, it's Eric's turn to sing.
I don't sing, nigga.
Do it, Eric. Do the bass version too.
Nigga, I'm gangster. I don't sing.
Hey, Boogie.
Is that the end?
That's the end. Peace.
All right. Love you, Ma.